You know,
and welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Together We Roll. Yeah. I didn't fuck it up that time, right? I was thinking about it. Episode 15, part 1 and 2. We have just come back after a bit of a holiday vacation and hiatus. Be a little lenient. We're trying to get everything back and rolling. We might have forgotten a few things, and I know I have. But
this is my character.
I gotta get back into this. Before we begin, though, I have to show this off. How does he want to be represented? Well, does he want to be by a shop or by his name?
Yeah, actually, let me...
I should have asked this. This is so...
no worries.
Fine, you go ahead, because I know you're drooling over
Let me hit this first, and then I'll give you that. How's that?
Go ahead.
Good? All right,
got
cool.
It. Go.
Hey, so our friends over at Geek Unleashed, I watch their show and support their show. They support our show. And so I went into a drawing with them, and I won, actually, a set of dice from them. And they're really cool dice. I'm going to show you guys these.
Excellent.
They're from Metallic Dice Games, and so they sent them over to here. And this is pure coincidence. Those are X colors. So anyway, take a look at these guys. They're really great dice, and they have great. They're Metallic Dice Games.
I have to say, they actually tricked me, and I'm like, are those jade? And
I know they look.
They look like it.
They just had that. For a split second view, I was just like, what is that? I'm like, oh.
Pretty.
They're nice guys.
So yeah, I went into a drawing with them, and ta-da! I got lucky and won them. So I'm going to be rolling these tonight. We'll see how they roll. All right, back to you.
And now we know why the fateful day Ek died. We already said
that. Oh boy. And we have turtle soup yet.
Don't worry. We will savor every spoon.
You'll always be a part of it.
That's right. You will always be in our heart. You will always be close to our heart.
Don't worry, God won't say anything.
If Ek dies, God is going full Rambo. If Ek dies, I'm telling you right now, if Ek dies, God's going full Rambo. He's going to put the bandana on his head and just get out 2 sabers and go at it.
I'm here for it.
I want to see a hard go full Rambo.
No, I don't. No, I won't. I won't. I will never see him go full Rambo. I know.
Okay, so what's the next thing you're going to say?
Well, you still haven't answered my question. Should I say it?
So it'd be Sawdust Woodcrafting.
Okay, that's my. I know. So Sawdust Woodcrafting is out of the request of a number of us, and also you brought it up as well. But we were having a little bit of a hangout session with him, and he actually really quickly, really fast made
blast
templates out of his new
laser
etcher
that
he's doing. So they have like the numbers on it, and now there's 3 different types of it actually. There's the wooden versions, and they all come into these nice little box here, which he makes them more fancy than ours. I mean, he can write stuff like here's the template sets on the back. It has his stuff on it and everything, and you can make things wherever and about. And it's quite literally. I mean, here's the more impressive part. This is the blast templates are made out of
acrylic.
Acrylic.
Okay. I thought it was a
No,
okay.
they're acrylic.
They're acrylic.
Acrylic, but they all set together because they have the hollow center, so you can put things on top of it or around it, and they all stack together into one giant piece, so that you don't like my set, which I handcrafted myself, which took forever and it was actually quite dangerous. I would not recommend doing it, but if you are going to do it, be very careful. But this one, it's precision, it's accurate, and
pre-made.
Pre-made. And
it comes in a cool laser engineered box, so it's all ready to go.
All of it's laser engineered, so it's precise, it's perfect, and they go much better for traveling.
Yeah.
The only ones that he doesn't do, which are the massive ones, are like the 60-foot radius.
90-foot,
when do you use those at the end?
Yeah, who the heck is going to throw us?
Or when you really piss off the DM.
90% of the
fireball. We already had that happen.
So anyway, what's really cool about these,
there's
again 3 different styles. He's got a standard set, which is their wood, all of it's wood, including the templates, and those are the linear templates, the 15, 30, 60, 90 foot templates, and then all the rounds and squares and cones are in here. And this is a set they come with. So then he's got a premium set, which is the acrylic, and then he's got the ultra premium. It's
which is the thick stuff. I'm a big guy, and I like it thick. That's just me.
That's crazy.
Any text you want, it's out on the internet, whatever.
Oh, I was sitting here right when you said the word thick the first time. I was like, oh, please give me a soundbite.
Yes, that
He's
is.
a big guy. He likes them thick.
What is that about?
My death will be at this table.
Don't worry about it.
But
Is that about a fourth of an
I
inch?
like them heavy. I
Don't
like
worry
them
about it.
thick.
Eighth and a minute.
So that
8th and 16th.
it's just a security for my mind because if I throw things around and I use it pretty harshly for various reasons and I don't want it to break, and especially since they're not so nice.
Yeah, they're
so these
crazy.
thick ones,
He's very random.
I mean, hell,
Destruction proof.
I can throw this out the window and I know it'll be fine.
Not necessarily
It
you
might-
want to be throwing
it
these
might
things
not
around
even-
anyway.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't, but it might not even be chipped with how
it
thick
shows
these
the
things
love.
is.
So visit his gaming store on Etsy.
Yes, there's one on Etsy. He also, if I remember correctly, no,
He has a webpage.
he has a
I was
webpage
showing
too.
it.
if I
But
remember correctly.
Etsy has the game section.
Yes, Etsy, and he does a lot of D&D stuff. So this is not the only stuff that he got.
That's the thick stuff. There you
He's
go.
also made this dice tower here as well.
Anyway, we've covered a lot of stuff on him, but anyway, he also did the carving of our barrelhead.
And our
Turnstile.
dice trays.
When did we get that?
He's done a lot of stuff for us. We
Wow,
love him,
that's new.
and I hope you guys love what
we'll
he
keep
does
this
as
one
well.
down here.
Go check him out. He does great shit.
Contact info for everything we've shared is in the
Description.
description.
underneath us, all of us.
Well,
We'll
except
look
except
down.
for here, because this
That's
is
a little different.
They're not. By the way, none of this. We're not sponsored by anybody. We're sharing because we
Well,
we
yes,
love.
they are. They're giving us stuff.
That's sponsored.
That's sponsored.
But anyway, we're sharing stuff that we think is really cool and that you might like.
And we use it a lot. I'm gonna paint the shit out of those and make them all colorful and everything.
Oh yeah. See, this is what's cool. You can put your own logos or whatever the heck you want on the boxes.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna talk about
That would be custom. That'd be custom, but
it's
he
gonna
can
be custom.
do.
But I'm gonna talk to him about that on the Prairie State. Oh, he also did that.
Show
as
that. Show
well.
that a little closer.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's done a bunch of stuff with us. I mean, a lot of this stuff is just him. Go check him out. He's awesome. He's great. He'll work with you with whatever you need.
You'll also do custom bard inspiration.
And Sonny we trust.
If you think of it, he can probably create it.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Besides that, since we did mention that we did go on a little vacation, we went on a ship, and I have to say this because you guys don't know this. This was a little thing between me, David, and Nathan. Because David got an itch. He wanted to do the D&D itch. We were on a ship, and I have to say,
I'm in the stairwell, rubbing up against my back, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I got an itch.
we don't question it.
Got a D&D itch."
TMI.
We don't question it, but this is a long intro.
But I
But
don't see the next one.
I wanted to have the bragging rights that say I play D&D on a ship. So I created a little something. It was crazy. It was strange. It was weird. It was fun. It was just nonsensical madness of these two doing essentially a D&D fantasy versions filled with goblins of Wipeout.
Wipeout or Ninja Warrior.
Or Ninja Warrior Wipeout. And they died a lot. But at the end of the day, after going through rapids and ending with essentially a turtle race after they got blitz off of Dwarf Puncher Ale, Nathan Sparks ended the game, and he was the one with the most badassery points.
By 1 point.
By
By
one
one
point.
point.
Yep.
And thus he got the favor of the fates. This one's basically inspiration point.
But it's a super
plus
inspiration.
sized. It's a form of inspiration. The favor of the fates, in my terms, allows you to roll any die roll that you yourself roll, and you decide what you roll.
Cool.
So I'm not going to waste
You
that
only
on a
get
D4.
one of those. It's quite literally. He's like, hey, you kind of did that, you're like to the fates. So the fates are like, fine. I was drunk. It was a one-time thing, but fine.
Choose wisely.
A one-night
We
stand
should
with
do
the
it
It was
as
a
an
one-night
arm wrestling
stand.
contest.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was all a bad dream.
He thinks.
Actually, all of you were there. All of you were
that's
there,
true.
But I did that.
You
What?
want to hear how you guys
What?
died?
Yeah.
How he died?
Yeah, I want to know how I died.
Derek, you died.
Heroically, right?
No, you
didn't
ironically, you died finding a mirrored version of
I
yourself
don't know if I
after you
like the
stabbed it
face.
through the heart, and in turn stabbing yourself through the heart.
So you
Hazel,
lost.
Hazel, on the sign that says "No monks allowed," so you got to put up the stands.
What?
Davrus,
It was a text competition.
Davrus, you fell into the sea, and a giant kraken
I don't
squid
believe I
arm
could definitely use
lifted you
it.
up into the air and drug you down before eating you. Sonny, you fell into a giant dark pit where a horrific screaming came from, and then followed by silence. You died by a bullet landing on you.
Oh, it wouldn't kill me.
You didn't come out.
I know, I lived there.
Yeah.
You live under a rock? Yes.
It's cozy. You lived under the boulder for the rest
Yes,
of your
that
life.
is definitely a bad
It
dream.
was during the
Well, I mean,
rock
technically
climbing
everyone
competition. So without further ado, let's get to another episode of Together We Roll. Welcome back. Okay. Oh, I love you guys and hate you at the same time.
I did nothing.
This is a train wreck.
That's
and
enough.
This is a train wreck. Real up.
I can see you
Really
looking
got this train,
at
there's no
me
reason
and
to
just
try.
judging me. I can feel it.
You can't when there's no reason to try? Okay.
I'm not looking at you while
what's
I
the
judge you.
DM's armor class?
Oh, the DM's armor class? How about
3,000?
this?
150. A bolt of lightning comes down.
No, it's not even that.
150? Really? Well, how about an 18?
Oh,
Does that breach 150?
yes, and since my armor class was so high, I only had 1 hit point, and you killed the DM. The universe dies.
Congratulations, you just ended the campaign.
Oh,
All right.
Time for
healing
season
word.
Evil.
Next character.
Healing
All
word.
right, let's make a new one.
No, healing word.
Alright,
Okay.
so in hopes to get back to the madness of where we were, let's do a small little recap real quick. After getting to the town of Galgadon, the forged city that dwells in the mountain, still active volcano that has been abandoned hundreds of years ago, possibly thousands, and is currently under the rule of the new dwarves that live there that have been slowly revamping, rebuilding, and rediscovering
reconstructing.
their new
I don't have
home.
any boxes either.
Is it okay?
Mosquito.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Oh!
Oh, the mosquito! Okay.
He almost got. I flew right down my face.
Your passports, even fake or not, were
Revoked.
revoked.
Taken.
Taken.
And Derek will solve that problem.
Prolonged paperwork.
Renegotiation.
Is currently under
Yes.
under
At the end of my
review.
sword.
Is that
Give it
proper? Your passports are under review. So you are currently can't really travel.
Multi-pass.
Yep. But you got the multi-pass, which saved your goose. Otherwise, you would currently be in prison. But it also means you are in the favor. Sorry, not in the favor, but in debt of Archmage Lady Lolo. You went in, found the person that you were trying to get to, had a conversation with them, made an agreement, and went over and unknowingly went down to kill a dragon. And you were victorious.
If you
Barely,
do it, then.
but victorious. It was quite a fight and quite a cinematic one. You brought the body back, sold its body, became a local folk tale of the dwarven people there, giving you righteous ownership of this glorious victory of a creature that is meant for destruction of all civilization, or just destruction in general. Red dragons do that. Got rich, and then got paid again, as you got Gleth Grindstone to come out of his
Pit of
Retirement.
solitude?
solitude. I will go with it for
Pit
now.
of solitude.
I guess it's better than
Went to a
California.
bank. Went to the bank. Got paid again, as he seemed to got the one item that he wanted, which is none of the gold, and he left, making a righteous show of it on the way out. You were shown
Yep.
where the hidden notes were in your swords of obsidian. You deciphered them using your mother's taught codes that you were taught when you were a young age. Read the funny ending note. And just a reminder, there are documents in your other sword that you haven't opened up yet. And 2, it's been more than 3 months. It's been like 3 years.
Since what?
Since you left the coast. You're deep in dryland territory. Time flies.
And apparently...
So do you.
Yeah.
Which is probably why someone that you have no idea and had some sort of connection with your mother actually showed you your swords.
Okay.
Hazel, you unlocked something about your coin after a small little Oreo cookie remark. Sparks. And then besides that, you fought the Graf Rhinestone, wanting to see your measure, to see your type of honor that he put of it. And he's not a very charismatic or a intelligent individual, so he kind of did his own method of what he thought was honor based, which ended a very interesting battle of fisticuffs, essentially. And
Fisticuffs?
yeah, it was fisticuffs battle.
Fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs?
Yes.
What'd I say?
Fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs. Probably red solo cups.
Fisticuffs.
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 Taking Derek, Sparks, and Hazel into the pit. Hazel, Sparks, you got fucked over. Boy, did that.
I wouldn't say we got fucked over. I mean, we got him down to half health, so.
You were knocked to 0 hit points.
We got him down to half
My
health.
dice didn't treat me well.
You didn't get him down to half health.
We got him down to about 3/4 health.
It was a level 20 barbarian.
We got him down
He
to
was
about
20
7/8
points
health.
away.
I saw a bruise.
Maintain that positive thinking.
Yeah.
It'll
We
come in
did
handy.
try to get back to on
think we
course.
broke him.
I do apologize. I'm
That's 'cause
adding,
he's a
I'm
cheater.
adding the fuel to the fire
Yeah,
right
honestly, he
now.
was a-
So,
It was a bitch.
ending this
We won.
fight to everyone turning the especially those that were waiting in the stands, turning the crowd against Graf Grindstone, saying that he cheated using his totem abilities because he is a barbarian of the totem, using spiritual guidance to help him fight and to just be him. Making the public thinking that it was magic, he cheated, he's losing, but then again, Derek did not win, or neither did you guys, so the only person that really lost was the bar. Which kind of pissed them off. But
Which
you
they
got your
didn't
money
lose
back.
because everybody was buying drinks from him in the first place.
They still made money.
Oh yeah.
They still probably made
They still
It's not
made a lot.
nearly
They
as
still made money, not as much as the 1,000 gold pieces that he bet. That's like getting a giant check and woohoo, and it's like.
Oh, it was Monopoly money.
It pretty much.
You forgot to sign it.
Yeah. So that was taken care of. You went to a bakery. After investigating a few items in the pouch and amongst yourselves. And you bought a lot of stuff, including some very tasty potions, but that were baked into these fine bakery desserts, essentially. So, as this big, charismatic, big personality individual, tall-ass dwarf, by the way, he is ungodly big in every size of the matter. As you go after locked up his, I can't remember his. It's been 4 weeks, everyone. I'm sorry. Nope, that's the Dirty Hands Pottery, which you're going to.
We'll be doing it there soon.
Yeah.
To find myself a workforce.
Staves and stoves. As this individual locks up this bakery magic shop, staves and stoves, and walks down the city of Gardun, lit by the natural lava pools that are lining the streets in the upper parts of the city, that also circulate the air with the air pumps at the top, having the heat rise and causing air circulation using various different heating techniques. We're not getting into that.
Convection. Convection.
We're not getting into that.
No, he's saying you don't have to get into it. It's convection. That's it.
It works.
End of description.
Convention on a very massive citywide scale.
See, now you're getting into it.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
He goes down the street as you guys decide where you wish to go. As this busy street on the ground floor, essentially, of the city of Galadon, as the people and dwarven cries, along with heavy footsteps, rickety chains, and hammering various bits of metal, and also just being in a dwarven city. What would you like? Where would you like to go?
I'm going to the pottery shop.
Excellent. I will join you.
So quick to run off.
No, we'll go with them.
Well, I
You
mean,
still have the estate, remind you,
Yes,
that you were loosely contracted to go.
And we probably should pick up our horses before they're...
You also, Derek, need to.
Yeah.
You also.
I need to
Derek,
talk to the bear.
Talk to the bear and get
Get
your
my information.
Yes, you do.
So
Which way did he go?
He's back at the Oldley Frog.
I will go that way.
Are we just out of? We're just out of the sweet shop.
You're just out of the sweet shop, yes.
Oh, here, brother. I bought these for you. They're gauntlets.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, as you pass over these cartoonishly big gauntlets of ogre strength, is what was
Yep.
it? Okay, yeah.
And I bought this for you, this ring.
Oh, well,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
What ring?
did you just pull that off your hand that you've had for weeks?
Oh, I just bought it.
Weeks ago.
No, he just bought it.
Oh, all right.
And there. You were there.
You got about a lot of strength.
Oh, I see everything. You know that.
Yeah. I got gloves.
Gauntlets.
Conversation's a train wreck.
Excellent. Shall we go?
Where are we going?
No, we can go to the pottery shop. We can go get horses, or we can go talk to the bear.
I'm gonna go get the horses.
I believe you have your horses right now, if I remember correctly. You
Oh,
went
yeah, we
out-
went and got 'em.
Yeah,
We're
you
walking
got your
around.
horses from the Hard and Corn, and then you
Yeah.
came back, went to the bakery shop, and then shopped. So you kind of were piling things in and stuff
okay.
like that.
There we
So,
go.
hold your horses. We already have them.
Again, the charisma. Nice. We appreciate your charisma.
Good God.
At least I can blame it on
Everyone, you
stupidity.
take 5 psychic damage.
Holy shit.
Thank God.
This side didn't
Alright.
even hear me.
No, I heard you. I was gonna write it down.
Sometimes I wish we
Even
played a
saving
bar.
throw for that one.
Yeah.
Well,
I wish we played a bar.
wishes them.
Sometimes.
We have horses. You have.
I don't have my information.
You don't have your information.
But you guys don't need to come with me to get that.
Oh God.
I'm,
All right. So we
I
have rules.
Objection!
We have rules. You do not negotiate.
Sparks halfway down the street. You just turn around with that comment.
I'll go with them. Make sure
Objection!
everything's good.
What? Of course I negotiate.
No.
I always negotiate.
Yeah, that's a problem.
I do especially well at the end of my swap.
I don't think you should have
People
that
have
out.
just
Right in the
looking
middle of the street with your sword.
in the middle of the street with a couple of dwarven just like.
I'm going to make a persuasion on him that he should not negotiate.
I'll go with him to make sure he's okay.
Okay.
I'm going to try and persuade him. Don't
And I will try to persuade you that I don't need persuasion.
15.
Wait, do we get to help him on that since there's
What do you mean
enough
help
of us?
him?
I think it's just individuals' rules right now.
Oh man. What'd you get?
15.
11.
I rolled really low. I
Okay,
rolled
so about 15,
I got
20 minutes
3.
go by of just you, as Sunny and Derek just go at each other with a not loud, but definitely just like intense, like.
I'm not angry. I'm just like,
It's not. No, it's not.
this
It's
is not the negotiating you want to do.
Don't stop waving your hand around like
As
that.
you
What do you
guys
think
go
you
back
are?
and
Son of
forth.
death or something?
As a
Yes. I'll
couple
introduce you to my dad.
of dwarven individuals.
No, thank you.
Okay.
I'm sure I will meet him soon enough.
I will be one of the ones that go get the horses.
We have
We have the horses. Hold your
right
horses.
in front of us, those big furry things.
Yeah, no, you're right. I did this. I'm not going with him.
I'll go with him.
You,
I'll make sure you stay out of trouble.
Thank
Excellent.
you, Varian.
God.
if you
As
get
if I
us
would
any more
get
jobs,
into
just
trouble.
make sure.
They pay well.
Thank you, Barry.
Sure. Or at least that he's not the only one saying yes. We need at least one other person.
Okay, I'll say yes too. Got it. Let's go.
Wait,
Wasn't the last time I said yes good for us?
I thought
Did we
so.
not make money?
Yeah, we
What is the matter with them? They don't have to
Money's
make
not
money.
everything.
Absolutely not everything.
It's not.
I totally
it's
agree with
barely
you.
anything.
I would like to remind
Yes.
you that Davros almost died.
Oh, which day was that?
What's
We call that Monday.
Well, yeah, what's the one, man?
He almost died, yes. But I was
I
there
have
to,
something for that now.
I was there to help him out.
Yeah,
so.
we have the truffles.
But,
He only dies on Mondays?
no, we call that Monday. I'll explain it to you later, brother.
Okay. Bye.
I want to go to the...
Pottery.
No, the other place. The place that we're supposed to watch.
The house?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go.
Excellent.
Well, I'm going with my brother.
Thank
Good
God.
plan.
Solo mission then. I'll go to the pottery.
I also want to go see that too.
What?
The pottery. Here, are you going to the house?
I'm going to the house.
Okay, I'll go to pottery.
So
you're
just to
solo.
clarify, we're
So,
splitting
okay.
the party into 3 groups.
Yes.
Where's that going?
Heck and God.
We're standing there in the street.
I'm going this way. I'm
Where's
going
everyone
this way.
going?
I'm going this way.
People go in different directions. We all turn
you guys
back.
have
Hey,
the
where are you
horses.
going? You're, what are the options again?
No. I got this. Rock, paper, scissors. Here we go. Ha
What are we competing for?
I don't know. You're going with me.
No,
I was
no,
going
no,
for the
no,
rest
stop. You do not play rock, paper, scissors with him. Ever.
of them. We just did.
He
No.
always
No, no.
chooses
He
rock.
always chooses rock. And
That's beside the point.
It's because it's the best one. It beats her.
He's not wrong.
Don't make me
We're
hate
splitting the
you.
party.
So, 3 groups then. Raise your hand if you're going to the estate.
You're going to the estate, right?
Are you going
By yourself.
I'll go with you, Davros. To
2, 2, and 2.
So,
Okay.
Bob,
No,
Ed,
here.
and Davros is going to the estate with...
That's the paperwork.
Yes, thank you.
Wow.
Who's going to see Griff Grindstone to retrieve the information?
The bear? I'm going, yes. Fine.
Okay.
Just
So
Please,
we
for the
got
love of
Derek,
Do I get some
Sonny, and Barian,
No, not you.
and also
Plan.
Excellent.
Flan.
If my negotiations
Flan.
so
fail,
that means
we've got a
Hazel
backup
and
system.
Sparks are going
Excellent.
to the pottery shop. This is going to
Yes.
be interesting as we split the party into 3. Okay!
Hey, go in and China shop,
As
yeah?
you break
No.
and go,
Okay,
Are
actually.
you the bull or are you the China shop?
Yes.
Well, it'd be odd if we all just stuck the others at home going to all these places, right?
no.
It would probably be smart.
Indeed.
We could.
But we're not
Why
smart.
the fuck would we be smart?
That's not the way real life works.
We gotta make it work for the DM, obviously.
Just a minute. Let me make an IQ roll.
What?
for
No.
What'd
No.
you roll?
For
No.
what?
What'd you roll?
4.
4.
Oh.
So he agrees this is a smart plan.
That's right.
I know it's a bad plan. I'm not even gonna roll.
I got 2.
Okay, so you guys
Pretty
have
fucking dope. What?
split up after
What?
making a show in the
Critical failure.
streets.
Critical failure here. Yeah. Everybody
There's
thinks
a
this is
lot
a
Okay,
smart
everyone,
idea.
shush, right?
Sorry.
Let's calm down a bit.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, stop having fun.
All right, so you guys split after making a show in the streets in front of the closed bakery. Getting a couple attention of the guards. You split off, go in various different directions. The closest people that would make it first would be actually Sparks and Ed for the first part.
Wait,
That's over there.
no.
Sparks and Hazel. Sorry.
I was gonna say she's not turtle.
Hazel and Actu
You split it into 3 groups, all right? So, Sparks and
Really
Ed.
rude.
What's the
Sparks and Hazel.
Sparks and Hazel. Sparks and
If
Hazel.
anything, we look alike.
Sparks and Hazel.
I just have armor.
For some reason, I wanted to say your name all the time. I don't know. You're on my brain all the time. Maybe I want to kill you.
Yes.
Again.
As you guys make it off and follow the directions of how to get to the Dirty Hands Pottery, and through the directions from Mr. Lightborn, he gave you the information. It's rather out of the way of currently populated areas, which is interesting. And you quickly find yourself, it's first of all, if you're looking down on this platform, on this current level that had the tower raised up from the ground floor, so that has like almost like diamond shape, but in rectangular form.
Tiered system.
Yeah, in a tiered system, but it's not like, even tier system, like there's other parts that go deeper than others, but it has a general layout of it's been lifted up from the floor. It's up from the king's tower, essentially. It is on the left side of it, if you're looking at it. And you find that yourself going into one of several laid out lava tubes that have just been created since the existence of this volcanic that is currently not filled up with lava, so don't worry.
That's always a good thing.
Oh yeah,
Great.
but it definitely has a natural lava too that has been built out. It has the proper obsidian and dark stone floor that is rather cracked and currently not very maintained. That has out of the obsidian walls that has been carved out to make various different buildings and stalls and living conditions and little park areas to just relax. But all of it has just gently eroded away as the small little micro vibrations of being in a volcano, as you feel a little bit of rumble of just seismic activity, slowly breaking the integrity of the buildings. As you see several buildings as you go along further down this tube, further and further, it gets further and reduced to rubble. Some of them fully collapsed inward and filled in with debris, and others that have been definitely cracked and slanted in a bit, as one part of it has collapsed and the others is still standing. The structural integrity, as far as you can tell, at the center of the tube is just fine, but none of you are stonemasonry, and the number of civilians, dwarven individuals that have been going back and forth from this location has significantly died off like in an instant. Not many people go down here, but it has not been sectioned off.
Okay.
Going down this rather wide street that dips in width as it goes with the natural flow of the lava tube. In the center, there's these troughs, if you will. They're not really troughs, but they're receded troughs that have partially domed grates of tightly woven metal. What's making all that noise?
That was me.
Okay. That have areas that, if you look into, looks like there's a pathway that where lava would flow through, but is currently cooled and settled for partially filled. You don't know how deep this was, but it's maybe 5 feet down. You can see the cooled layer of long stagnated lava. And right now it's currently dark, maybe a couple of torches here and there, ventilation snaps still going through.
I have goggles of night now.
Yes, you do, and so do you.
Excellent.
You're very...
Isn't it only 2 of the 4?
No, I got 2.
very steampunk-ish.
They kind of like
9 volt,
oval,
yeah.
or like or go
Makes
around
sense, yeah.
the eyes. Because I have 4 of them. And I have another like binoculars set above them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Intense viewing goggles of, or like the inspection.
It takes you a good 10 minutes to get
That was
there.
a minute scene.
That one.
Gentlemen, it takes a good 10 minutes to get there, as you guys work after you hit the lava tube. So it's been a total of about 30 minutes since you left to go to this
30 minutes
area.
walking. Wow.
Yeah.
And we're the closest.
It's definitely
You're probably
out of the way.
Totally.
While you guys are walking, is there anything you want to do before I continue? You have not seen the shop yet, and right now you haven't really seen any active in-use buildings on these pathways.
Are we, and
For a
are we,
good 5 minutes.
we're still following the directions though.
Yes, you are.
And we're still not there
No.
for the directions. Would you like a lift?
Sure.
Put my arm down. I'm just gonna swing you up
Yeah.
the shoulders.
All
He's
right.
nimble enough.
Ouch! 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 Low ceiling.
There are parts that are low ceiling, but
She's like a backpack to me.
the ceiling
I just
does-
kind of like climb all over.
the ceiling gets nowhere lower than 15 feet. But especially with him, you're getting
I'm only
close.
7 feet.
I want to like climb like further down if I have to, and then climb back up for when it gets to be a low ceiling.
You never have to do so. You just
Okay.
have to dip your hand.
So
in
she's
and out again.
qualifying me then.
So you're
Yeah.
Good to know.
the lava tube has made sure that it at least 15 foot ceiling.
Oh, the
Oh,
hazel pattern.
you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
A green
She'll
backpack
be
or
sitting
a
on your
hazel
shoulders and
backpack?
you're fine.
It's a nice green.
I said you're
It's a
nice
nice
and
green.
close.
Yeah, she's blue.
Yeah.
He was saying.
Hazel's green.
You're not together.
Anywho, you finally find yourself looking at this half collapsed and then half remade shop of obsidian and hard black stone with a little bit of white stone. Not in any like particular order, just filling in the gaps in a very nonchalant fashion. You get a very non-sexual vibe from this inanimate building.
It's a very platonic building.
Wow.
Platonic tectonic.
hate it.
Yeah.
This is going great.
But,
I'm so happy right now.
but to be able to see any more detail would be an achievement by itself. As you see, the kiln that has taken the left side of the building and is kind of just expanded out with hardened clay that has actually forced its way into the circulation system. Probably not legally, but just built it into it. As you see the hole going into the circulation shaft that actually goes up the path that you came down from.
I'm gonna die here.
Yeah, probably.
Positive
And
thinking.
the rest of the shop has layers upon layers of shelving units of, I wouldn't say artistic, but well-made pottery. Of all shapes and sizes, of everything that you could possibly imagine, of various cups, various bowls, various goblets, various cooking utensils, and a few art pieces that are okay at best. But it looks like he's this individual that works here, and you can see the fire still burning and giving light to this location. And it's like the only light lit up location in this entire area right now. You haven't passed lit up area for about 5 minutes. It's impressive on how functional he's making it. And it has these, little nooks and crannies to where you would, as you go over from one pot to another, it's actually quite interesting. It's like he actually has used them, and he's made changes to make it more functional and more usable. And you also see planted pots with various different fungal growths, mushrooms, and a couple of treed limbs, just spotting places. And this is just the outside view. The door, there is no door. It's just a single black piece of cloth that's kind of slumped over halfway.
Is there a bell we ring or something, or?
As you get closer to the door, you do hear the turning of the rotating table inside.
Would it be better if you went your first or me?
I don't know. That's kind of up to you. Which would you rather?
Together it is then.
Sure.
By the way, it's a small area. It's a small building.
How big is the doorway?
At most 5 feet.
So I'm on my hands
Well,
and
no,
knees,
not
basically.
even 5 feet. It's like a 3.5.
So I'm on my hands and knees, basically.
It's
So I'll go in?
Yeah, it's 6 feet tall at most,
Okay, so
and it has
I'll lift
additional
on my feet.
shelving. So, yeah.
So I can poke my head in, but that's about all I'm getting in.
Well, if you poke your head in, I mean, you might make it.
That's probably a good idea to put you down.
Oh no, you're definitely not making it with her on top now.
Well, no, I was also like on his back too.
It's
I was
only
climbing
it's
to
only
where
a 6
everyone
foot
is.
tall doorway
Yeah.
right now, and he's 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be.
Welcome to
Knock,
Dwarf
knock.
Stop
Town.
going there, guys. Just stop going there.
Knock knock.
You're not there. Hello!
Hi.
I will be with you in just a moment. As you hear,
I'm gonna stick my head inside.
Well, he-
sticking your heads outside, putting the cloth off to the side, you see a small room that looks like the place is utilizing the area that has not collapsed. The doorway does go up to 6 feet in. The doorway is 6 feet tall, but the inside is a little taller, has a few more inches because doorways do that. So you won't be able to stand completely, but if you definitely slouch, you might be able to make it in. And then you look inside and kind of, as you see,
Everywhere.
pottery everywhere, utilizing every space, every inch of area, followed by shelving. It looks like it doesn't sell a lot.
I'd be
But he
surprised
d-
if he did.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be a suck it in moment if you go in here.
I'm not going in
Yeah.
because I'm fixing a bowl in a china shop. Not a good idea.
Essentially, yeah.
Also, I don't know if you have the ability to like try to suck in your gut, sort of thing. Like, that's not an option.
No. It doesn't move.
Metaphor kind
It's
of
fully
deal.
articulated,
You'll-
but it doesn't
You'll be
move.
able to get there no problem, plus your
I like that.
Your dex is just fine.
Freaking
About 5 minutes go by, and this stone stops. First of all, is there anything you want to do while the 5 minutes were going by?
Read.
No. If we're not doing that, can I look at my coin at all?
Your coin?
Yeah.
Oh, your coin.
Yeah.
Certainly. These 5 minutes goes quick.
Okay.
I mean, you don't get much from 5 minutes, unfortunately.
That's fair.
Especially with these types of patient-based things that monks love. 5 minutes is nothing.
In Hazel's mind, it's just like, but it was 5 whole minutes.
And then you start to hear the... As another piece of cloth that was sectioning off the doorway, probably the area that has collapsed and then has been dug out and remade. And probably where the kiln is, along with the pottery making things that he has. You see a warforged, but a different type of warforged, especially the one that you've been walking around, which is the Juggernaut. Every time I say the Juggernaut, Deadpool flashes through my head. but anyway, this one is much more skinny. This one's maybe not even barely 5 feet in height. Very small, very slender.
Oh shit, I'm taller than him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a very tiny little thing. And you see, the first thing is that you notice that his feet is not actual feet. They're like prone pieces of metal. Thick pieces of metal, but they're not true feet. And it's very light to the touch. That make the small little metal on stone clicking noise. And he's not wearing much in general. It's mainly twisted bark that look like muscle fibers that have been infused with metal ribboning and metal pieces of not armor, but it looks like it's just part of him that is generally just makes him a little bit more sturdier than if he was just like a humanoid. Mm-hmm. So no, it's not bark; it's actual metal strips.
No, boning.
Boning. A little bit more than boning, actually. It's more like metal strips that cover his arms and extremities and chest pieces that also twist with his arm as he moves about. Wearing an apron that is slathered with clay that has various pockets that he's holding current things in, a couple of brushes. And the biggest thing that gets you is that he has almost a mask-like feel on it. It has a mask that is a theater-based design. I can't speak today. I wrote
theater-based.
I am so sorry, everyone. I am so nervous right now.
Kind of like the
okay.
Like
smiling.
It's
smiling in front.
Yeah, no, it's quite legit.
Mask.
It's a theater mask, and it's currently in a big smile with the curled eyes and
the
everything.
creepy smile.
And it's currently covering his face, and there's black cloth on the edges of it that has a metal rim around it that covers his entire head. That has the cloth draping over himself that he put his apron on. What is your passing perception again?
16.
11.
Okay, you will not notice this, but you do notice that just beyond the black cloth, not that much, you see lines like that have almost like a plant that has grown. Lines of green, almost semi-glowing energy that just exude parts of his. Make an intelligence check.
It's just straight intelligence?
Yeah, this would be straight intelligence just to know what Warforged are like.
7?
Okay, so unfortunately you wouldn't get that information. You just see like a delicate lightning pattern, like plants that have grown from somewhere inside of his helm and grown out to his extremities, out to his shoulder at most, of green, very faint green lines that are slightly fluorescent. Nothing more. And he goes, as the face, you hear click, 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 and the face goes over. As he goes from you to you, just seeing your head poking in, go to a frowny face as the whole mask turns over, changing the expression to a frowny face and an eye up, and almost giving a general sense of confusion, followed by a twist again to a big smile. Greetings! Greetings! Pleasure to meet you. My name is Sven. Would you like to buy some pots or flower plants or possibly anything?
I actually would potentially be interested in a flower plant sort of deal, but...
I already like you. What are you looking for?
Well, we're here for him first.
Oh, I will get to him shortly. Please. You are a patron. What would you like?
Well, he's also a patron. He's kind of the more...
And he looks over and it goes to that frowning face and just a little bit like almost sad to a happy to a thing. He's like, are you willing to buy anything?
I am willing to purchase information, yes.
I will help you first.
Okay. I just want like one of the little trees in a pot.
That I can do. I do love plants myself and I will certainly help you. And he brings out 4 to 5 different small little potted plants that are good for, well, pretty much any plant that you want to put in. I have various different designs for various different plants. Are you looking for trees, moss, mushrooms? Are you looking for, well, I don't know. What would you like?
I just want a pretty little plant. It's been a while since I've been outside.
I do not sell plants, but I can sell you one of mine.
Yeah, one of those.
Very well. And he brings out a couple.
I'll take number 3.
Well,
Well, he says he
You
brought
said
out
a couple.
4.
And then
yeah,
you
he
said
brought
three.
out 4 empty pots.
Oh.
So he brings, and he's like, number 3! And he kind of, number 3! And it's like a mushroom that goes up to a small tip and then curls to the side. That has very different other mushrooms. I can already see the jokes coming!
What is it done?
It's a mushroom that goes, it's not a classic mushroom head, but it's one that goes to a nice reverse teardrop point that has a lot of porous holes in it and glows a slight dull green color as you see gentle moss falling from it.
I believe that was toxic.
I didn't say a fucking thing.
I'm looking
It's
at
just
that
for
fucker.
looking.
I didn't say anything. I covered my face.
He's fine. We're fine.
Every time I bring up mushrooms.
Every time you describe anything
It's
that
your
is just
describing.
overly phallic,
It's your describing. It's not us.
It's fine.
It's okay.
we're fine.
So you guys are going there. That's okay.
I said reverse teardrop.
No, continue.
Anyway. This little one is excellent for the nostrils. Give it a little sniff and it will open everything. That's what they say at least.
Once.
It's true.
Once.
And it goes to like a smirk and just,
Doesn't shut up, basically.
no, it's just like, it's a little bit amused, but at the same time, it's interesting. Even you can read these faces. It's very extravagant and very in your face of what he's feeling, and it makes it very easy on what emotion he's trying to convey.
As opposed to me, which is nothing.
Exactly.
Except for eye flickering, and that's about it.
You get the general conveyance of it's funny, but seriously, dude, back the fuck off. I'm trying to sell something. It will be 1 silver piece.
Oh, okay. And then I'll take number 2 too.
He turns around, gives you a small little pine tree.
Yay!
Pine tree.
Okay. 2 silvers.
Thank you very much, madam. You are our patron, and I will always serve you whenever you call. If it returns to pottery.
If it pertains
If it
to
pertains to
pottery.
pottery.
Change pottery.
I was like, well, you just gotta
I'm glad I didn't spend all my gold.
die for me.
No!
Sell me.
I will not call you my friend because I know exactly why you're here. Why have you come?
Oh, that is the funniest
All
fucking
right.
thing. Oh, that was spot on. Spot on.
Interesting.
And by the way, his energy and voice has not changed the entire time he's talking.
The expression
Yeah.
will shift, but the
Yeah, the
voice is the
expression
same.
will shift.
Oh my god.
You
Yeah,
get the
one
general
voice
sense that he cannot change
That's
his,
gotta be
his
dis-
expression.
dis-
I'm
Disturbing.
I'm gonna steal this.
That's gotta be
and his
disturbing.
current
That's so
his mask
unnerving.
shift over to a theatrical mask of a just kind of expression, which is just like, I don't want to deal with this, but okay.
I can make it worth your while. I understand I can be quite a burden.
Please understand, you are talking to a pottery shop out in the middle of nowhere. Do you honestly think I want money?
You were talking to her and exchanging for money.
Yes!
You preferred to help her.
Because she asked me as a fellow patron that actually does what I do to passion.
What would you like in return? I need information.
What kind of information are you looking for?
Where to start?
Where to start, indeed.
This might take a while. You might want to go.
How about we start with, is this the person that owns you, or are you an owner of yourself?
Owner of myself. Don't have the papers with me anymore.
Well, that means nothing in this land. Screw him! Anyway, and
I believe you're in the same boat.
And his face goes to a rage. As soon as he does that.
I can see you're in the same
Sorry?
I can see you're in the same situation then.
I am not! I have gotten my paperwork through blood, tears, and killing people! Serving the country, they said. I said, okay.
I love him.
What generation are you from? Did you fight in the wars?
His face goes to a confused on why you're asking that question, and then seems to wait, and then actually, like, turns to an amused, just like a brow up kind of deal, of like a little amused. My friend, you must not be very wise. I am a warforged. We were made for war. Of course I've done battle. I have made many people cry for mercy as I squashed their spines beneath my boot and tore them asunder.
Oh. What generation are you?
I am much newer than you. You are a very, 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 very old one. I will give you that information for free. Personally, I think you are obsolete compared to mine.
Damn.
Fucking went there.
That's how you really feel, my dude.
However, that is not fair to say to a child in a suit that is able to rip things apart, especially next to all of my fancy pottery.
I just kind of glance around.
So I will give you this. I am sorry.
Toss him platinum.
He grabs it. Puts it in. Thank you very much for your patronage. You may grab anything, one item from the shelf. Two, if you wish.
I'm more interested in information.
What type of information? We are going in a circle, my friend.
Do you know how to repair him?
He's going to actually ask the same thing. Literally, as you just stole the words from my mouth.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
Do I get any sort of advantage from him liking me already?
You get the persuasion.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'm going to be...
Ah! Yes! I rolled a 16, so that's a 15.
So, while she's doing that, I'm going to be opening up my chest and showing that I'm missing one.
Yeah.
So you actually take out your...
I'm basically showing that I'm
So you actually take out your will.
I'm missing one. I have one that it's still there, and the other one's missing. So just show.
Oh, so you show the empty hole. Okay. He kind of takes that and looks at it. Takes off his apron, curls it up and places it very nice, neatly folded, and it's actually quite impressive. He moves very rigidly, but it's very precise.
He's a monk.
I believe it's time to get some fresh air, which is ironic because we're underground. Follow me.
Fresh air is relative.
Don't breathe.
Pine tree.
Fresh air is relative.
You got
You're
your
in a
two
volcano.
plants?
I have my 2 plants.
Oxygen.
Do I have like little bags
He
to
gave
carry
you
them?
actually. He put them in a box that has been nailed together and has been placed together so that it can hold two very
Two potteries?
Yeah, it's actually made specifically for those two.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I can put it on my bag holding.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. I have items.
Wait.
So as you turn around to put your thing, okay.
All right.
Alright, obviously.
No, I'm just gonna. Because you do it now. Oh no, he doesn't notice. Okay. So he's walking off. So he goes out and walks out. And yes, he's going at your pace. And he does have a long stride.
Monk.
We will break from there as you guys are led out of this lava tube into a natural cave system. It's a little hard for you because it's not meant for your size. And between, it's actually quite discerning and a little bit humbling as these two, him and her,
Just bouncing off the walls, jumping
no.
around.
They're not doing anything fancy, but they're just moving through these debris fields effortlessly.
Tripping, clunking.
Yeah, and it takes you a little time. Yeah, and it's partially collapsed. There are things growing out of the plants as you pass mold, fluorescent, a couple of light up bugs that are on the walls. You see ants that are quite literally have lava in their bellies that are crawling up the walls.
That's what I call
Do
a
not
fire
touch
ant.
them! They get in places and they explode!
No, that's what I call a fire ant.
Do not ask how I know that! And it changes to a sad face.
Oh,
Right.
I love this workhorse.
I love them so much.
And then you pass tree roots. And then you pass a little bit of grass.
I chose the right route!
And you smell fresh winter air. Crisp, cold.
I am so happy.
We will get to you in a moment.
In a volcano.
So, next
Okay,
people
so
that arrive to the destination would be, actually, it would be the estate. However, for simplicity reasons, I'm going to do the overlay frog before I get to the estate, which has 7 pages just for the descriptions.
Wow.
we were gonna go there eventually. What did you expect? There was no avoiding that forever.
So, scene change. To the people on the older frog with Derek,
wipes.
Varian, and Sunny. No, it's quite literally a multi-story path right now.
Oh, I know. We're
So-
putting the DM into his paces here.
So after going into the elevator again, because you know this path, it takes you a little longer because you have to wait for the elevator to rise and then fall. But you do realize that they have an elevator for each floor, so that when it moves, you have an elevator for each floor. You don't have to wait an hour for one elevator to get back to the floor that you're on. So, which is actually quite nice and quite functional. Expensive though. You get to the floor where you need, which is the 3rd floor down. Partly under construction, still being mined and rebuilt for some areas. You get to the other frog that is in the wall. You find currently in this time of day, I'll say it's coming up to the evening because you did do a lot of shopping and you did things beforehand as well. So there actually are people starting to come in to drink. You see a couple of guards, you see a couple of miners, and then you see a couple of children. To play on that. And you also see a couple of humans and elves as well. And you see Dragonborn. People you haven't seen before, but newcomers that have come over. And then you see the bear in his normal place off to the right hand side in one of the corner pockets that he sits and makes it his.
Okay.
Should we just go sit down?
Yes.
Sit down where?
At his table.
Oh, yeah.
We go sit at his table.
So, okay, as you said.
I heard at his stable for a second.
Yeah, I heard that.
He
He's just
deserves to be in one, but I
he's-
said table.
This motherfucker's out in the stables, he's so drunk. He's talking to the horses, just give me another round.
Hey, the horses are great company.
Hasn't been the first time with him.
God.
Right back in the swing of things, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
So you sit, he opens his mouth. It looks like he's about to, he gives you like a fierce look and then he's like, ah! Finally! I thought you were going to forget about that.
No, I would never forget about
Nah,
that.
shit. Oh, that's lost in debt. Maybe they'll forget about that. So looking at this very wide person, hairy man, can't tell what's beard or hair, beer here, or
yes.
space here. It's just
yes. It's all one.
he's quite literally a scribble monster, essentially in my head.
Holy word.
Yeah, he's pretty much. And he just looks you up and down. So ask your question. As I flip to the pages.
Oh. Hey, before he does that,
Eh,
whatever it is, you can do it.
Alright.
So, Davros, when we get to this, where are we going again?
History.
To the estate. Yes.
The whole state.
Yes.
Somebody regretting their choices.
It's the-
I make eye contact with and I just go, yes.
I think
So-
everybody's regretted their
Do you think?
No, I'm really happy.
Did we figure out where everyone's meeting after they go, where they're going?
I just full on stop walking. Just no, we did not.
I'm going back to the estate.
Yeah, I think
Well-
everybody's.
Let's just stay at the estate. Fuck it.
My foot's hurting, so I would think let's just stop at the estate.
Okay.
Hazel's gonna get outside and then she's gonna
It's
run
going to
for
be a
her life.
long walk to this estate. I don't know.
Hazel's not gonna want to leave.
Longer than I.
You can't make me go back. You can't make me go
Getting
back.
longer by the minute.
It feels longer than it did a second ago.
fine.
God loves his brother.
Yeah, he loves his brother. Like
And he reminds
Well, maybe you can
himself
just give me a
that
map.
I love him. I love him.
Well,
Like it.
So he kind of just, for 5 minutes, he was scratching his belly. Sorry, everyone. Well, too much for you. I don't have that, and I don't pay attention to that kind of.
This. Sorry, not that.
I reach in my component pouch
So hard.
and hand him a piece of mint leaf.
He kind of sniffs it. Well, what the fuck is that?
Chew on it, please.
Kind of extends his hand
Oh,
out,
please
almost
tell me
like
this is
a
how
child
the new
trying to
cocktail
do
was
something.
created.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much.
And he kind of puts, it curls up on his mouth and
What did you give him?
A mint leaf?
Oh.
fancy. Oh shit. Ugh.
Oh, so much better.
It doesn't do much.
Anything's better.
Maybe we should put it in alcohol.
What I can tell you about this?
Do they
Burritos.
have? Do they have vodka?
You're looking for the fancy little pixie thing, right?
The lightning sword of Lazar?
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Yes! It's not a pixie thing.
It is to me. Look,
Tomato.
it is currently
What, now we're just
under the
brothers?
rule of some very unruly hobgoblins. Lots of them. Nasty shits.
Like
I don't-
nearby? Like nearby?
Oh, no.
Of course not.
A few hundred miles away, I'll show you what it is. I honestly don't remember the name. Actually, technically, it is abandoned.
It's abandoned with hobgoblins there.
Well,
the
this-
hobgoblins here, yes.
Okay.
No, really,
sounds fun.
I killed a lot. I killed a lot of them.
Oh. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, okay.
I killed a lot of them, okay?
But they grow fast.
They do, constantly.
Apparently. Can you
So
have-
you're gonna have to handle that or whatever moved in after that. They are ruins. Very old, very old. We found it, we opened it, we placed it in it because it's a very good vault. Very good, master crafted. I think.
Alright, so how do I get into the vault?
I don't know. But
Do you
I
know-
do know this. Only the honor can enter.
Okay, only the honor can enter.
I was not the one that is very smart, you know. I think I'm
Wait,
smart,
say
but
that again.
You were smart enough to get out alive.
Yeah! The smart little pricks that think that they do so smart, they died by hobgoblins. Probably being having their skulls fucked right now.
Alright, so can you tell me about, is there any dwarven traps that we should worry about?
Lots of them.
Alright, can you
only have a rogue in
explain
our party.
some of them to us?
Well, there's gas traps, there's pits, there's rollers,
Hey, but
and don't touch the lights.
Don't touch what?
Don't touch the light.
Don't touch the light, okay?
Don't touch the light. Very bad.
Okay.
A lot of spikes.
Okay, alright.
Don't touch the light.
There's spears, there's a ball, big ball.
walks into this.
Big what?
A big ball,
Boulder.
that goes down.
Cool, maybe I'll be friends with them.
You're I made sure I picked it up.
Tell us about the vault.
The vault!
He doesn't remember.
I don't know much about the vault. I was on the outside.
You put something in it.
My clan put something in it. Well, not
There's
my
more
clan.
of you?
No, the person destroyed the clan, so they wouldn't be able to tell of the location of the
The
dungeon.
pixie stick weapon. All right, little story time. You ready? You ready?
Yes.
There was a pixie stick thing with the bad guy. We took it from him because he was being a shit. There were 6 of us in total. Last of our clan.
6.
6 of us.
All right.
Got it.
Second.
6 of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 5 and then 1 more, right?
Make a general charisma check.
Charisma check. Wow.
Oh, so hard for Sunny.
How terrible that should be.
14.
14.
I was
Just
ready
confused
for him to say 38.
He did not suplex your ass right away. So.
Please, we don't want to get into another pit fight with this guy.
Do you?
Why don't we?
No.
If I can use magic.
No, he's afraid of magic.
If you let my... Nah. You know what?
Abracadabra.
You don't want a pit fight anyways.
You want to drink?
No. Yeah.
I want a drink.
Wait. Do they have vodka here? Or like...
Yeah, they definitely have
Yeah.
alcohol.
Aqua
Let's just put it
vitae.
this way. When
Aqua vitae.
dwarves, an entire race, are resistant to poisons, they kind of have to kick it up a notch.
Do they have lime?
Aqua potato.
They do. Lime? No, they don't
Nobody does.
have
An
lot of-
equivalent.
Okay, they have some
Citrus
sort of.
fruit.
They have some sort of mold that is actually very tart and would work for this.
I order that.
Not all
Okay.
citrus is
And then I
made
take some mint and I put in it and I give it to him.
He takes it.
Oh, this little
It's still wet in his mouth.
He went in his mouth.
Good job, Billy.
He's such a little bitch, I swear. How is a level 20 barbarian such a bitch?
It's a really good thing
It's a really
that you're
good thing
at
I'm
this
not
stage.
there. I thank God I'm not
I
there.
swear, there's hairs on the ground just prickling up because he hears something.
Anyway.
Fucking flies are talking shit
Yeah.
about me.
But he just downed a mint julep and spit it out, so that's like mouthwash. Alright.
You fucker.
Every chance I get. Anyways.
Noted.
Yes. I've been
Still
trying.
stroking his beard.
Wait.
I cover Flan's ears, so he doesn't have to hear all that.
Look, we want to take him to the pixie stick.
I can. Where's the map?
I don't know. You tell us.
Do you have a map?
We were hoping you would give us one.
I don't have a map. What do you want me to do? Take one from my butt cheeks?
Please.
No.
Can you do that?
Is that possible?
That's the last thing we want is something from your end.
Okay, I just
How about
got.
this?
No, do not.
Go 100 miles that way. You'll find a big hole in the ground.
Have we? I saw a map on the table, right? When we were in the airship, he had all those maps and shit. I've seen a map, right?
You got a glimpse of it, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, wasn't there?
Investigation.
Wait, wasn't there a big map on the wall of the bar?
Yeah, there was maps all over the place.
Oh.
Okay,
Then
so
you
let's
gotta-
go to that.
In Turgas.
Oh, not
No.
here.
Prestidigitation. Show me where it's at on the map.
Prestidigitation.
I can make little trinkety things.
Okay, so I'll say you do a small little carved.
Or better yet, you can make a drawing, right? It says flat out. You can put it like a drawing.
You could, yeah,
There's
you
the
could
wall.
spray.
Show me on the map.
Okay, so on the curved part of the wall, you just gotta, and if there's a good 5 foot by 5 foot map, make an intelligence check as
check
you're
here.
making
You
a
want me to
map.
help?
Yes.
You can actually spray paint essentially. It even doesn't even get a size reference on how big it is.
I actually helped.
So
So 13.
13. Okay, it is not the most accurate, but it's definitely something. It definitely has major landmarks and stuff like that. So he just goes, "Meh," and he goes as he points all the way.
A color, a small mark, or a symbol appear on an object or surface.
Yep. So I made color.
But
And that helps.
It doesn't really.
it's one color or mark. It's not multiple. But I guess
That's
It's
okay
not-
because I can help
It's
too.
just
So it's a
currently-
double
Three
color
of us.
map.
It's,
We're up there drawing on the wall with spells.
We all have some magic ability.
No,
We
no.
all have prestidigitation.
Take it.
as you
Nice.
see,
All of the
as you see the
magic
barmaid
uses that.
just with a rag over her face, just
Oh.
Oh no, sweetie.
There you
Just
go.
that way.
She doesn't.
And if you cast a spell multiple times, you can have up to 3 of its non-instantaneous effects active
I
at one
can't
time. So you
show
can do
you-
3 colors yourself.
I can't show you this one. This is
And I would just make a black and white map.
Okay, all right, all
Yeah,
right.
it's just a lined map. Okay.
Okay.
Is that okay, Mr. Engineer?
All right.
And the mountains have smiles on
Just
them.
keeping
Who
everybody
has a map?
honest.
I can't show you this one. This is mine.
We've gotten a map from you?
I don't think you've
Oh,
ever
wait, here,
given
I
us a
got a
map.
second one because I'm good.
got a map
Okay, so
He
it
has a
is-
map.
I have a map.
Oh, Nick.
I have a map.
Nick,
It's roughly about here.
It's a nice color
in the
map.
middle of nowhere.
And where are we at right now?
You're currently here.
So it's right
Okay,
there.
so it's
You pointed
south.
to practically the same spot.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's south.
So it's gonna be southeast.
Southeast.
So here,
Okay.
better yet, can you put it on our map? That's a done.
I had it in my bag apparently.
Oh, I hate to have him mark
Well,
that
no, if he
beautiful
draws,
map.
if he shows us on there, then we can go back and
Yeah.
mark on this map.
I don't know if it'll show or not. We can show it. Put it down on the for our view screen too, so the sky camera can pick
He
it
said it's about 100 miles, so
It won't show up very
very well.
Let's just
I have a
assume you mark our
Sharpie.
Well, we
map.
got another. We got
We'll
another.
mark the map for
The
us.
camera
We're
won't
happy.
show very well. on
So,
it.
are there any major cities close by?
It is
Probably not.
it's out in
Out in the middle of
It's
nowhere.
out in the hill valley. He says.
Okay.
He doesn't remember the hills
Right.
names himself because he doesn't remember that kind of shit.
Right.
But he does. So over what he was conveying.
Mm-hmm.
Over what he was conveying, over various, about a half an hour of talking, gentlemen.
Right.
Can you put it there?
He basically conveys that only those that are honored by the sword are able to wield the weapon of essentially lightning.
Right.
Here is where we want to go.
Yep.
Okay.
That's where
And
we're
that's
at
where
right
we
now.
are.
So we're gonna go
It's
southeast.
only a quarter inch. That's not far at all.
Yes, but he also
enter-
highlighted like
to enter
25 mile
this-
radius.
Vault of the honor.
Yeah.
You must have 3. Well, how would you convey this?
Things.
You have to get three things.
3
You would-
keys.
3 keys in a sort. 3 honored bound that would place their lives for you. Those that you have, those of the sword that recognize your sword.
Okay.
Oh, I think you're fine. Well, no. Could it be 2 of the sword and 1 of the rock?
Look, I'm not much for this kind of shit, but honestly, if I would be able to give you my sword, I would not give mine up to you at all.
Was that a yes or no?
It's gibberish.
With all due respect, you still broke your word.
I
said no weapons. You stabbed me. You stabbed me right here.
You confused me.
It's still sword.
I'm sorry, but you confused me. You said to go ahead. And
What are you gonna say
use
to
my
a
weapon.
demon when they do this kind of thing? Just say, I was confused. That's gonna go great.
He was being really fucking
Wait.
confusing.
Stop.
Alright.
Back up.
Hey.
You're gonna say this to a demon? Is that what you just said?
Oh,
What did you just say?
I said what he said. If he say to demon, he go.
Where did
I was
the demon
confused.
come
I was
from in
confused.
this conversation?
He was.
Are we gonna kill a demon?
No. He was basically telling me that
I don't know.
I should
Where
be
is it?
honored, bound, and
I don't
hold my
know.
word.
You brought it up.
And
Yeah, but you're talking about
if a
it.
demon was putting me to a test, if I was to say I was confused by what you said, that wasn't going to cut it.
Demons are very specific in their packs.
Ah,
You're just, hey, thank you. Any other information?
and he kind of thinks back and he's like,
What kind of creatures did you run into on the way to get here?
lots of them.
What kind?
Plenty of
Dad?
goblins, ogres. There's a couple of gnolls from here to there. There's also yeah. There's a nasty little fucker. Jet black skin, terrible thing. Stayed my distance. Gave me the willies. Oh, by the way, if you see someone with a bunch of tattoos and leaks black, no, not black, but it looks very black, but they have a bunch of black writing on them and just exude like some sort of strange liquids, stay away.
You have white skin?
No, black skin.
Black skin with black marks with black goo.
Yeah.
No, there.
No.
Say it. I was about to say it. I'm not going to say that. That Sounds horrific. Okay. And that explains so much about...
Wait, no, it was black riding white skin?
Yeah.
I was drunk at the time.
Black riding white skin sounds
And you were
more
still
like
able to get away from it, so
some things we've heard of. The things that
Yes,
Darth and the
flies.
Torvald are running from.
Hey, I'm trying to give you a little hint. There's a couple of them on the way. If they get near you, they grab you and you gone.
all right.
Oh.
Are we talking spiders?
No.
No.
Like shades
Something
or,
worse.
Some kind of
No.
undeadish kind of thing.
Okay.
Worse. Humans.
Oh, yeah. Can't trust those humans.
Well, human people.
Human
They might
type.
be- they might
Humanoids. Human type.
Yes, humans
Yeah.
are people.
So they exude black stuff as black stuff starts
Yeah.
going off my arm.
Yeah.
And I pull it out. Okay, got it. And they have white skin. I take my hat off. Gotcha.
Yeah, like that.
Prestidigitation and tattoos.
Yeah, like that.
Gotcha. Put my hood
And
back on.
plus these are bunny ears.
What?
Bunny ears.
Bunny
ears.
ears, Bill, bro.
Not funny here, actually.
Okay. That would have been cute.
Yeah.
And you can
Oh, there goes the map because I did prestidigitation.
It only lasts a little bit anyways.
Yeah.
So
Anything else that you could think of that
you
would
sober
aid
him
us in the
up.
truth?
You sober him up. No. You get him a couple
That's
booze.
different.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else who went with you?
Ah,
Who's still here and alive?
no.
No, from the story that I heard, his entire clan was wiped out in order to keep the dungeon a secret. He was lucky enough to get out alive.
Lucky.
Unlucky.
Lucky, huh?
I get to live and tell the tale how my brothers and sisters died. That is not luck.
You know what? I'm not going to
Well-
go there. If Davros was here, I would go there, but I'm not going to go there. All right.
I
well,
will use the sword to
I
bring
appreciate
justice to this man who enslaved
Words,
me.
words. It's here. And he points to your chest and they kind of bruise it. Your heart is what matters. Show it with your actions. Not with words.
Yes. So go out there and be a hero. Don't stay in a tavern and be a drunkard. Let's go.
That's a good idea.
Oh, God bless. And suplex.
Doesn't bless.
A tanker flies past your head
No.
as it rolls a natural 2 and breaks one of the.
I try to catch it.
Unfortunately, you're not a monk.
I'm not going to be a monk to catch something flying by my head.
Going by your head? No. I would say no.
You can still try.
You can
just-
still try. Make a dex check. Make a dex check.
Disadvantage because he's looking away.
It's coming at my head. 15 plus 3.
No, that roll wasn't.
Or 15 plus 2, sorry.
15 plus 2? Alright. I'll
Or at
allow
least,
it.
if I can't catch it, at least bat it away like I got
Oh,
it.
it was nowhere near. It was nowhere near.
You have to dive for it.
It was closer to one of the other two.
You probably have to reach way over to grab it
Yeah,
or something.
It was nowhere near.
His fingertips
His-
just
his
rush off
accuracy
and
is not
finishes
that
the
much.
Okay, then in
distance
that
it's
case,
there.
Eldritch Blast.
Make an attack roll. As a fly passes your head, it looks like it's actually going to break a window pane glass where the beer is currently being made on the background.
17 plus 9.
Plus, okay. And then suddenly you release a bolt of energy and it explodes and splinters and just decorates everyone at the bar and just ah!
And I spin and get ready to defend my brother for the next.
Relax.
The barmaid goes down underneath, and a couple of the soldiers turn around and pull their blades. What the fuck?
I don't know. We
Don't
threw
think
that
your
thing and it
brother.
fucking exploded.
And they just looked at Girl French at the bear, and he just goes. And the soldiers goes.
So I walk up to the barmaid. I walk up to the barmaid as we get ready to leave, and I drop 10 gold.
It takes a solid 2 seconds as she gets up,
Sorry about the mess.
puts her in her bosom.
I give her a wink because I've been like.
Make a charisma check. Make a persuasion check at disadvantage. You just shot a live round in the freaking bar.
Thought worse than
Persuasion?
Yeah.
So. 14.
14, okay.
I just gave her 10 gold.
Yeah, I know. You gave her 10 gold. I know. And it's like, you dear. Don't do that again.
I was just showing him a little magic. Put the fear of magic in the strange little man.
That little.
He's not little.
Well,
He's not a man.
She puts down a shot of
little
liquor
more, yeah.
and just leaves.
Hey, nope, I was going to ask her a question. So he tells a story that they went and took something somewhere and his whole tribe died. Is that actually true?
For the most part, yeah.
So, for the most part, there was another survivor or there wasn't?
No survivors.
Oh.
He's the last of his clan.
Thank
From
God.
his clan.
She looks like she starts to say more, is like trying to defend him, and then he looks and notices that he's currently passed out.
Oh.
That's a natural one.
probably from my angry stare.
Yeah,
at you.
that the bear is currently passed out. Just, I mean, it's like a
I
fucking
told her,
switch.
I said, so
Thank
you.
vodka, mint, and that stuff, it actually doesn't smell so bad when he's...
She stops and ponders.
And if you pour it in while he's sleeping, he won't
But-
spit it out.
Let me.
It was just drowned.
That man has suffered a lot of pain. Here, I mean.
Okay.
He looks over, just seeing if he's faking, and then goes back to you. There's a reason he doesn't leave anymore.
'Cause...
Something broke.
What did it to him? Because we can find it, kill it, and put it on his table.
Unfortunately, that means you would have to kill him.
Okay, well, no, that's probably bad. Alright.
Yeah. Anyway, take care. You didn't hear anything.
About what?
Good.
Derek.
She pushes the shot towards you.
What is it?
Takes one. You'll find out.
Okay.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, it's strong.
Door puncher.
No, I gotta roll it in the thing.
Thank God.
What did I roll? I didn't even see
11.
those because I haven't put on my glasses yet.
11.
The cosmic
11
firestorm.
plus... Constitution, 11 plus 6.
11 plus 6? Okay.
Sorcery.
It's strong. It's like gasoline fuel.
Gasoline fuel.
I like cough out of shadow.
And even she goes. And then suddenly, there's one of the other individuals asking for assistance, and she breaks out in Dwarvish and basically says, "I'll be with you a minute, dear. I'm flirting over here."
What did she say?
She said
So-
that she's busy helping you up.
Ah, she's fantastic.
Yes.
What was that?
Oh, that was morning juice.
Morning juice. Alright, so I'll be back later for some evening juice?
Roll another persuasion.
Oh.
That was
Ooh, Sonny's got some moves.
Holy shit. Oh my God.
Persuasion? 25.
She puts it face down. We'll make a new bottle. Seriously? And she just leans forward.
We'll make a new bottle.
As she leans forward.
Yeah, how low cut is her top as she leans forward? That might be
It's
intentional.
already evening.
Yeah, we already gave him his axe back.
I'm
You
not
didn't
going to
fight,
give
yeah.
too much email, but she's definitely a bustier woman.
Yeah, I got
She's
it.
working in a bar and she's got muscle. So she's not a skinny little girl.
The next song I write will be for you.
Because we know who wasn't.
In the morning.
She just puts her fingers on the lips and just lifts up
What is it with bards?
and just strolls away with a bit of a curled smile.
Don't fucking look
That's
at
how
me.
you negotiate.
I did it once as a last resort.
I just tell Derek that's how you negotiate and we leave.
Yeah, we did. We already gave him back his axe.
No, we didn't.
We didn't.
No? Oh, for fuck's sake.
You still have it.
You still have it. Walk,
All right, so
walk
let's
back
leave
over.
it with him.
No, let's not leave it. Walk over. I get a glass of water. Alright. Wake him up a little. Here. I don't pour it on him, but I spritz him with it. Hey, Derek has a gift for you.
A plate smashes in your chest as he just lifts up and because you just flew water on his fucking
I
head.
spritzed him, I said.
Yeah, he doesn't like water.
Ah, okay.
You do take.
It reminds him too much of a bath.
You do take 10 points of bludgeoning.
Ow.
As it just causes you to go back a few feet as you're definitely bruised heavily. Probably rib is probably popped.
Ow.
Flynn's angry at him.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
You fell asleep.
it's already
You
done.
fell asleep.
As he wipes the water on his face.
Hey, it's worth waking up.
Hey.
Look at Derek.
You fell asleep on us. I wanted to give this back to you.
As you hold the giant, well, two-handed.
Right.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
As he takes it one hand,
Forgot. That's how I do it.
and it takes a moment as he just looks at it. It's like his eyes are trying to adjust, trying to get that grog away. He's like, no fucking way.
Yes.
Where'd you find this thing? The dragon. So he's the one. He's the. Laugh! It's funny as hell! Oh, he's the one that got away! Alright! He gets up, and he runs to the back, and you hear a ripping. And he comes back with the same peg leg that was, well, it was being used as a peg leg, but it's actually a great, it's a handle for a great axe with a lot of nails at the top. It is not treated well. And he takes the great axe head and just taking the blade. Don't do this at home, folks. Takes the blade side of the great axe and just puts it on all at once, and just kind of rubs his hand on his lower body hair as he closes up the wound.
I take it that was yours.
No! I will give you this. He gives you the entire great axe that actually, the twirl in the great axe handle actually forms into the beard itself as it expands out to the top, completing it entirely. You'll have one blade. Good luck! As you take as he releases it, and you just...
Wait, is that one of the 3 blades?
Sir, why not? He actually did something memorable! Honorable! Same thing.
Okay, so I guess we need to know. Yeah, the other 2.
Varian, could you carry the axe?
Okay.
The back of
I
it's...
grab it.
What's your strength?
Oh.
19.
So,
More than mine.
yeah, his scrawny ass
It is
self
now.
with his cartoonishly big gauntlets that look a little
Yeah,
different.
more than mine.
What do your gauntlets look like again?
They look... A pair of heavy, thick dwarven metal gauntlets partially dyed red to enhance the details of the rusted dwarven
So instead of the silver, it's like, you know, it's like Dominatrix red gauntlets kind of deal. Dominatrix players, my fucking
I
head.
don't know.
Yeah, you could have just went like
Red.
No, I was trying to say,
Blood color.
I'm talking about like, you know, a red paladin kind of deal, but you know.
See, when you say dominatrix, I think latex. Yeah.
They're not really
I
big.
say I wanted to
say
say
thick, right?
domination, but it's suddenly I said dominate. I'm moving over. Anyway, more in my head.
Focus, Danielson. Focus.
Yeah, the universe is gone.
Here, have some soda.
So, and takes with his red gauntlets and just takes it, and the bear actually turns around, just not looking, and just has to confirm, like he just saw that, and then continues. Do you leave the barn? So,
Wish us
you
luck.
are in the property of Griff Grindstone's Great Axe.
Which, when we get there, we should probably give that to Ack. Unless you want to use a great axe.
No, I don't use weapons.
Okay.
It was given to you specifically.
Right.
Right.
Well,
but,
I'm just holding
It'll be
it.
one of the things we need to get passed into the vault.
right, but who's the person who carries all the weird shit?
I'm not here. I'm not here, so I can't raise my
When we
hand.
get to Ack, we can have him put it in his stuff, and then you
Right.
can use it when it's
Right.
time, right?
Yeah.
You
I
might
like
want to
him and
start
say,
doing some push-ups.
thank
or
you for
something.
getting my what he needs, but if you hurt brother again, I will have to kill you.
Make an intimidation.
Ooh.
Next time for nat 20.
Nope. I cannot do intimidation to save my life. It's only an 11. But it's okay. It wasn't a threat. It was a promise.
You make eye contact. He just looks at you, just see if you would blink. He goes, okay, and pats your head.
Good enough for me.
That sounds like he agreed with you, brother.
He did.
All right, then. You're welcome.
Hope he says I won't be able to roll intimidation.
I believe in
But
you.
Thanks for the help.
No.
It'll
Yeah,
be
get
the
out
one time
before I
it
don't like
doesn't
you
need to be
anymore.
at all, and he'll roll nat 20.
Yep.
All right.
As he gets back to his spot.
We should probably go to these.
Shall we
then
head to the
here-
mansion?
We should go to the mansion and pick out rooms.
Right. We should stop off at a clothing store though, because I do need a change of outfits in case we run into more law enforcement.
Oh, now you decide
Do you need
this.
something more black?
Seriously, wait. After everybody in this fucking town celebrates us and what we look like, you want to change clothes?
No, it's for our
After
next
you finally got your
destination.
fucking feather?
Our next destination is a city filled with bugbears or something worse. And gnolls.
Then it won't matter, but I still want to change of clothes.
I can make you new clothes.
What?
I can make you new clothes.
No, thank you. I'll go to the tailor.
Let's go to the mansion.
Besides, we need to go back to the baker because I need to get the red feather.
Yeah, and I need to go back to the baker in 6 days and
16 hours.
16 hours. So let's go back to the mansion, gather up everybody. Maybe everybody wants new clothes.
Sure.
Okay.
I was just saying if we happen to run across a clothing store on the way.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Shift!
Yeah, a good time as any, I guess.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, the front door is booby trapped.
You're a rogue. You should have figured it
just
out.
come back home and see 3 scorch marks.
3.
Just 2.
Just 2.
Oh, and the
And
horses.
yeah.
Well,
And
Ga. And Ga.
Oh.
Why did you forget about God?
God would survive.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
true.
God
God
would be
would
like-
survive.
Yeah, actually would. God would survive.
You're up. Make us laugh.
Yeah. Good luck.
No, you good luck.
Okay. So, Davlos, Ga, Ek, and the horses, because I'm assuming you have the carriage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the paperwork, because I
Yep.
saw you guys.
Who's driving this damn thing?
Probably me.
Good.
Are you proficient with land-based vehicles?
Not land.
There we go.
So,
So
it
he's
takes
Spring.
Maybe gauze.
You could be
Which-
watching them.
We actually get there first.
So 3 hours later, he arrives while we're there.
You took a left and left instead of a right.
I'll have Gaw help me. I don't.
No. It's a good.
We need to get there somehow.
Yeah,
right?
because he's going to know the place.
We can
better.
walk them. Yeah. Well, yeah.
With Ga assisting, because he has half proficiency in everything. It explains why we got to you last, because it takes you a little longer to get there.
Yeah.
As you go to the Rich District, which is one level below the land district, you guys do not know Dwarven, right?
I do now.
Yes, you do. Okay.
He does know the
Interesting.
I'm looking at the words that have just usually been scribbles, and suddenly I go, Davros.
And I'm sitting there. You're very strong. You're hitting me.
That says don't go left. Danger.
Then let's not go left. Thank you. I can't feel my arm now. I'm bruised for 3 years. Thank you. You're very strong.
Sorry. I just got excited. I got excited that I can see.
Tap on the shoulder. That's all I need.
Tap on the shoulder.
I'm aware.
All right.
I'm aware of things.
Are you?
I was going to call my name.
God, I'm switching seats with you.
And we wonder how Davros died. No one knew how, but he died.
Ek accidentally just beat
By
someone.
friendly fire.
Ek, you of all people actually find out that the city, the names of these levels, we have the inner ground floor, which is Ben Garu, and then we have the inner upper area, which is Hen Darum, and then the inner lower noble area, which is where you're going, the higher Darum level.
The Haradurum level. That's where we're going.
The room.
Yes. And I know
Each
Dwarvish
floor.
now because apparently as this belt that I had put
And then
on,
the last one, which is still under construction, where
I
the-
can now feel more Dwarvish.
and then there's the room underneath where these
That's a
guys.
nice question.
So
So there's 4 main levels?
getting to there's one above that you haven't been to.
Okay.
So getting to this second level submerged, first submerged area, to the noble strictures of Haradorun, the first thing you are met with is a security checkpoint that has higher end guards. They're more fancy, a couple of them have the red plume. They're basically overpaid. They're basically, we're showy so that you see us, so that you don't attempt anything kind of mentality.
Yep.
That kind of security. But they are well armed. As you see the various heavy crossbows, you see a couple of elven longbowmen, and you see a couple of gnomes with firearms.
Interesting.
All ranged.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you also see the heavy dwarven frontliners, essentially with their big shields and swords, and a couple with the spears. Not all grouped together, of course. This is like a spread out kind of deal.
It's interesting because this is not even a gated community.
It is actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
I said security checkpoint, which is gated.
got it.
It's 3 rows of various big gates for different areas from going in, going out, and an extra one for various purposes if it needs be.
I wonder if the rest of them are going to get in.
Getting inside, it immediately changes to a much more airy and, dare you say, cooler environment, which is a lot more comfortable. There's a little bit more moisture in air, even though with these spiring towers that go from the base to the top, from anywhere from 20 to 100 feet tall, about 5 of them that spot the area. Still extending with your dark visions that do have them. It does go a little farther away because it is an expansive cavern that has various nooks and crannies so that you can't see everything. Right now, for where you were going, you see 5 spires that curl up with a dwarven make and 1 elven, actually, even though it's made out of stone. The elven one is made as chiseled the stone to make it look like vines of a plant growing up into a tree that as soon as it hits the rooftop 50 feet above, it grows out to have leaves chiseled out of the rock itself at the ceiling. And each one of these spires, there's a couple other estates as well that are ground floor, which is more rooted and ground level on the floor for those that enjoy such things. And those are more wider, it takes more land. But the ones that have the spires seem to be more extravagant, as you see little areas that have opened up, and so that you can see inside of these spires and have presentation areas. If I would explain a little bit about them, you see art rooms, plant rooms, you see areas of extravagant beauty, people playing music inside of it. It's almost like the neighbors of these spires are trying to one-up each other, of like, we have more money than you, you are plebs to us, and trying to show their wealth. It's actually a little bit sickening.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Why are you feeling so?
That's.
Is this something you ate?
No, it's trying to show off, trying to look, I've got more money than this. It's tacky. It's rude. You know, that's.
But
money doesn't make you a good person. They mean nothing. It means nothing. It's just.
Where's the? Which is the place that? What does the paper say? Which is the place we're going to?
It's all dwarven.
And I kind of take a look at it and I'm like, I don't read
Who would
dwarven, so
allow me?
Allow
me.
As you take
Sorry,
these,
hold up, wait.
as you open these
yes.
legal papers.
I raised my nose in the air.
As you open these legal papers,
Do tell my brilliant friend.
as you open
It's
these
dwarvish, not elvish.
dwarven legal papers, I want you to make an intelligence check.
The first roll with the new die. There it
Oh
goes.
god, if it critically fails, I will scream laugh.
You have a mission to not laugh.
Straight up, 14.
Okay. Not terrible.
No modifier.
But still, it's a little daunting. It's like you reach a couple words of like, you don't really understand what that says. You definitely don't know what that means, even though you're reading it. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like 16 syllables in that thing. I don't know.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then you get down to where you need to go, and then you start reading the various street signs and location areas. And there's a few times you have to stop and ask for directions from the guards specifically. Which you
allow me, my friend.
Yeah. And they immediately ask.
Yes, my servant and I are heading up to the.
Holy shit, he's like, I don't speak Dwarven. They look at me and I don't speak Dwarven, so I just. I don't comment. I don't know.
As both of these guards in full dwarven plate mail papers.
Why, of course. Would you hand these Pardon, I say in common, hand these to them. They want them.
You're fucking closer to them.
Yes, but
I like to think they're on his. I like to think they're on his side of the cart. He
They are on his side of the cart, and they're just.
I take them, but I take them from back, and I just reach across.
He just makes eye contact with you, and just.
I say in Dwarvish, he's in training.
And they start reading the papers. Hands the papers back to you.
Why? Thank you.
And they start pointing in the direction that you need to go, which is not in the open areas, but actually in part where the wall is. Farthest left, that is a little bit more reserved and out of the way.
So you're gonna drink from that cup.
I just realized if I didn't know Dwarvish, even him being an asshole right now, we wouldn't be able to find the fucking place.
Literally, the only person in the group who would have been able to find it would be him.
All right, so
Split the party.
It's a party, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
We get to deal with this pretty soon.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
And, they think I'm a
So-
tool.
If you decide to go
So-
back when you get outdoors.
they said that we would go over this way
I have a 9 charisma.
to the wall, the Great
13.
Wall, and farther away, not quest to these hoity-toity people.
You feel a tap on the back of your shell, Ek,
Yeah.
with Gaul just looking at you.
What? You don't speak Dwarvish, do you? Oh.
Oh, he doesn't speak it.
Okay.
No, just did he fucking say something?
Wow. I'll never use that cuss word again. You know, the first things you learn in a language is usually the cuss word.
No.
Oh, it's on.
I know 4 languages. I did not learn the cuss words first in any of them.
Fuck.
I did learn the cuss words second in Auckland, though, but that's natural. That happens.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
And, what's your favorite one in Auckland?
and I basically garble the equivalent of motherfucker. Just kind of.
You feel on the back of your head from now.
He knows that too.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It came up a lot. I was a
He's a
soldier.
turtle.
I was a soldier. It came up a lot.
Oh, that's true.
You know, you're digging through the coral and you get one of the ones that kind of burns. And you just garble that. Certain types of coral that just right on the skin. It's just it's like a fire ant. That's the thing, right?
Lava ants.
I'm not. I've never seen
You haven't seen them, yeah.
If you bring up lava ants, I will terrifiedly ask if you're serious. Like, those are fake, right? What the fuck?
They also explode.
Yeah, they crawl up into your bed.
Davros is like, I'm going back to the ocean.
Fuck this shit.
Meanwhile, you get to the estate.
Train wreck.
What you actually pull up to is a pleasant sound. The first thing that you hear, even though you're hearing, a lot of these places have water, lakes, ponds, things that you would not normally have. Even though you see lava that are built into the structures themselves that actually line these spires that go down these spires and act almost as a transportation system for various lava that circulate through the city. Which is probably why they're there for the first place, but have been decked out for the higher living kind of deal. Especially for those that have made it so that it goes into the dwarven structures of the statues to line them. The water down here is warm. You pass ponds, failed experiments of people trying to bring life into a volcanic region, and then you reach this area. The first thing you see is wildlife. It's a grove that, first of all, it's an area that has a rock face on the right-hand side when you're looking at it, and it built into a sturdy, stout, but not super decked out, just like it's definitely a still good dwarven wall kind of deal, of a 10-foot high white stone wall that extends out for the front part, for the gate, and then it stops to natural rock regions where you see a river flow into and go into an underground lake that it sounds like. The water exuding out of the estate themselves, where the left side of the estate the stone has been carved out to a giant dwarven helmed individual with a nice long beard with a wheel turning in its mouth as the water spills from its mouth. And on the water side, you see...
Yeah, he's vomiting.
He's constantly vomiting, but it's actually very noble.
Certainly, it's
on the water side, this wildlife reserve, essentially, that you see the state past of, but it has various pine trees, has maple trees, apple trees, orange trees, and you just see a lot of different types of plants that are not in a presentation way, but out to just be grown and just shown its natural beauty. And out in the back, you can see fluorescent giant mushrooms that make little sheltered areas that drip fluorescent spores, essentially.
Wow.
Out in the back.
I didn't think that I'd find something that looked even remotely like home. This is rather pleasant.
I like it.
And the light is being lit up by various different light areas that you currently cannot see. So,
I do hope we have the right address.
You're currently sitting in front of the gate right now as you see one head and two head pop over the wall. Redhead female dwarves look to be twins. One of them holding a heavy crossbow, and another one holding a shield and a long sword. And one of them, hey! And goes into Dwarven. What the fuck you doing there? Say fuck!
She said fuck. In Dwarven, she just said that.
I'm very happy for her. Go.
I speak common too. What do you want?
Oh, thank Christ. Sorry. Thanks, Sasha.
I don't speak Elven and I don't speak fish.
That's fair.
we have papers here. Show.
And I hold up the papers. We are tasked with keeping an eye on the place.
Oh, you're gonna make me come down there, aren't you?
I mean, I could climb, but
No.
I feel like if I climb, you'll shoot me.
Yes, I will.
I hope you would shoot
Actually,
me.
my sister will. That's my sister over there. She's a good shot.
I believe her.
She just kind of gives a little...
Yeah, I kind of wait back. I just... honestly, it does comfort me a little to know that if someone were to climb the wall, you would shoot them.
One moment, as you...
38 minutes later.
Yeah.
It's a little secure.
The rest of the party shows up. What are you doing? We're waiting for her to open the door.
About a solid 5 minutes pass.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Yeah, she gets back with a ring of keys, opens
Where
it,
should you get the keys?
and closes behind. Throws the keys, and then she realized she just did something. She puts the keys on her and just, you didn't see that.
That's fine. There's a total of 8 of us, but 3 of us are here now.
Shit.
First.
As she looks through the 6 papers of legal shit.
I know there's a lot of yeah.
Okay. Really? Expensive.
Did we understand
And
all
now
of that?
Yeah, it was heavily weighted in our favor.
But we couldn't read it. I couldn't read it. Now I
I have
can.
to flip to the proper pages.
Derek
Derek was there when
That
we
is
got
Dwarven
this
City.
shit.
Derek read it.
Derek was
You
there.
go up there. Okay. I was looking at the wrong document, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't get to look at this.
No, you don't. Careful, look into the eyes of God, your eyes will melt. Alright, here we go.
Characters.
It will melt because you're looking at yourself.
Okay, now that you get a little better look, so looking at this female dwarf, it's a heavy and stout, hefty individual in the terms of muscle department. She's definitely got it.
She probably hits hard with that sword.
Oh yes,
Oh, yeah.
she does. She's carrying a half-dome shield. It's a regular shield, but it's domed in a way, but it's not a full tower shield, is so to say. She has a long sword. She has a dagger, some throwing daggers, and a couple of vials across her chest on a bandolier that she's wearing in heavy heavy studded leather armor. It's not like the leather armor that you're wearing, but it's meant for those that are more accustomed to, like, you know, for heavier shit kind of deal. It's still studded leather. It's just made differently. As she goes through it, but you do see some chain underneath the leather.
Point of clarification, actually, to the DM. Are we actually outside, or we're inside, still caved all around us?
This is a dwarven city.
So you're in a cave.
We're in a gigantic cave.
You're in a gigantic cavern.
That's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
so what is the primary light source then?
The primary light source, as you go around, is various light stones that have been laid into the floor. So going up. There's not a lot on the ceiling, except for the spires that have the lava tubes that have been lighting up the area with a general glow of the facility, but that doesn't do much.
Okay.
But,
sorry to distract.
all
I just
the
wanted to make
estates have their various
that's what I
lighting
thought,
system.
but I wanted to make sure we didn't somehow find ourselves outside. And I wasn't
If you do not have dark vision, it would be hard to discern a lot of the details. But both of you do, because you took a totem.
I think everybody does now.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt the description.
No worries, it's good.
Sorry to
So
interrupt the descriptions of
she
the.
has red hair, rolling locks.
Okay.
That is very Amazon warrior kind of deal. It's beautiful and wild. And it has that fire to it.
Gotcha. Love it.
And her
Matters,
face is it has sunken cheeks, has a prominent chin, and has that strong look to it. Even though
Just really
it's one of those
intense
faces that
features.
even if you're not looking at, you look like you're just like, I will make sure you do what I say, just for my words alone, kind of deal.
Gotcha.
For a dwarven individual, pretty good looking. And there's a twin up there.
All right.
Yeah.
Noted.
And she goes, I don't know. She counts. With all due respect, where's the rest of them?
A couple different places. There were two that needed to go to some shop and look at stuff. I can't remember why. And then there were the other
She
three.
just does this. So
The other three needed to
Welcome to the Kyndred Estate. Do not talk to any other Kyndred Estates while you're in our company, just for your own safety, please.
Yeah, that's fair.
Physical safety. I meant, mental safety.
I look around at all the hoity-toity giant mansions around us, and I will heed that warning.
Yes. Welcome to the Kyndred Estate. Get the fuck in. And she unlocks this thing.
We should give descriptions of the rest that are coming. So.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. Right? As they arrive, I'll point out and say, yeah.
Would you like to wait here, or do you want to wait inside?
I look around and just, no, fuck it, I'll wait inside. I'll give you a description.
There we go. I will at least get you to a place that is not here. As she opens up the gate, it's good! As she yells to the sister, and the sister's, okay.
Once I get in the wall, I kind of look back on top of the wall and I give her a little wave.
She gives a little
just
wave.
being polite.
It's not like she's a little thinner, and well, actually no, she looks identical to her sister, and she just kind of gives a.
I mean, I still figure she wouldn't be quite as broad because she's more ranged.
They're both broads.
But
They're both broads. The armor makes it hard to tell. Make a perception check if you're looking into it.
It doesn't really. I didn't do it. I got no. Jason got you to say it.
That was all Jason.
I'm just wondering. I don't want to. I feel like it'd be rude to mix them up, so I'm trying to figure out the difference. But perception, you said?
Yes.
Oh, perception.
Yeah.
That's a 23.
Oh
so.
shit! I forget you're a perception
Rookie
city.
numbers, you got pumped
Okay. Yeah, she is not as hefty. She's definitely got muscle on her, but she's definitely a more nimble, get out of the way, so I don't get hit kind of person.
Gotcha.
Which is why she has the heavy crossbow. But she is by any means weak.
Gotcha.
She's
I
definitely got muscle on her.
Again, just for not being rude, the
You do
faster I can
notice
tell them
with
apart.
that perception, with the dark and everything, you do notice that. Well, first of all, her hair is in a ponytail.
Okay.
Still has the natural curls to it, but she is currently working so that she can see and everything. You do notice that there's a heavy scar that looks like something hit her from the right eye that curls around into her cheek.
Okay.
Oh my.
Yeah, not prominent, definitely an old scar, but it's just in there.
It would be prominent enough that if I'm talking to one of them face to face, I'll know which one.
Most
it is.
likely.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless she
I'll be
puts her
fine.
hair down.
Well, a fucking scar on your face is noticeable.
If it goes from the top of the rim, no. In her hairs in her face, it's going to be a little hard.
Okay.
Just
What are you insinuating?
do a gust of wind cantrip to blow the hair out of the face. Say, oh, hi.
No, I'll do like
You
tuck the hair behind the ear, and then I'm like, oh, okay, you're that one.
Followed by the loss of your testicles.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not. Like the whole point of this is to
The
not
person
be rude.
that is, yeah, this one. Just have to double check, make sure I get the names right. The one that is currently leading you through the left side of this mini forest, essentially what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And these are tall trees that go up. It's wild and free, and it's literally a natural reserve. And as you go by, you see various plants and small little, almost upside down rose flowers that open up like a lily. Not like a lily, but shoot, my like a plant knowledge. The one that opens up and has a tongue on it.
Oh.
Snapdragon?
No, yeah, I don't know for Snapdragon, maybe.
Anyway.
Well, yeah,
I would have to
we
go
get the
in-
idea.
I have it in Tilmir, but I'm not going to go through
Yeah.
that. They're actually glowing.
Oh.
And they glow with like a bright yellow glow.
Okay.
Lighting up the facility.
Excellent. Glow plants.
I mean,
Again, it's in no sense in the mean structured, but it has a pleasant, natural feel.
it's
of where they're
a
placed.
good way to keep things illuminated down
Oh,
here.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, yes. And then you have other fluorescent plants and shrubs that get other purples and blues and oranges to the area. As you guys get further along, go down this pathway, and
We're on the Avatar planet.
well, when you combine underground society plants with above ground plants, first of all, it's damn hard to do it, especially in the volcanic area.
Volcanic is
It
very
gets
rich.
very whimsical and just fantasy. I love it. Yeah, just turn on Skyrim and go somewhere. You'll
Oh
find
yeah,
that shit.
that's great.
Yeah, they got it down on that shit.
They got that HD camera work going on. So, this is like one of those Planet Earth documentaries. Oh, it's beautiful.
With a 23 perception, you do find hidden very well, but with your 23 perception, a elder man with a long white beard, not dwarvish, possibly human, not quite sure, humanoid at least, in a green tunic, almost like a ranger outfit kind of deal. He has the half over the shoulder tunic that is very green with a darker earthy tone.
Okay.
Clothing,
Where
more
is
work.
is he in the forest area?
He's in the forest area holding a lantern that has not been lit, and he's just looking through his hood, just appearing with the eyes with unnervingly knowing and
Toward us?
towards you, just like knowing. Not like aggressive, but just like,
I lean towards the dwarf leading us, and I kind of quietly just. You work here?
you look sort of, oh yeah, what was his name? Actually, we just call him the Flores. He doesn't speak a lot. Don't worry, he take care of the plants. Without him, everything died. Trust me, that's right. By the way, my name is not.
Make sure he was supposed to be here.
My name is not Rurigrit.
What was it?
Not Rurigrit.
Not. Well, not.
Rurigrit.
Rurugrit.
Not Rurigrit.
I assumed it was like Nut was the first name.
I'm saying it so that for people that don't know Dwarvish, I'm saying it in two sentences, but it's just one. Not Rurigrit.
Not Rurugrit.
No, not
Pardon, I've got this. Not Guru.
Closer, yes. You can call me Rurigrit. My sister up
That was
there.
the hard part.
My sister up there is not Drustre. Call her Drus.
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 There you go.
I like your name.
This is going to be a great partnership. I can already tell that.
Well, I'm not exactly going to give you a much easier time. My name is Davros Akintus.
Davros.
Got that?
I'm not going to. I am not going to say the last name.
Okay.
Very well.
Wow.
My name's rather complex.
Solid 50%.
What is your name?
Beck.
And who's the one in the back?
Go.
God. Very complicated. Right. So
You got the
as
name
he
much faster.
strikes up, and you find yourself looking at this estate now that is not being blocked by the walls and the forestry. There's actually it looks to be 3, possibly 4 areas as it's built into the earth inside. of this area, and it's very prominent on the first and second stories, but after the third story, it's very natural, and then you see a rugged, very dwarven room that has popped out, almost like a mole from the side. But it's not ugly in any means, but definitely dwarven in its make. On the first floor, going from the natural reserve on the right side, it's more open area, as you see one tree, maybe two, but mostly small bit of greenery and not much more. Still very beautiful for what it is for an underground area that has no sun. Unnaturally green, as it's maintained in a different fashion. You find yourself going onto like an extended balcony that is using the actual building itself for the canopy of the area. So you find yourself in a area that is open air to the rest of the amenities outside, where you see the shrubs and the wildlife and everything, but it has tables, has a fireplace, and you see three sets of doors, excuse me. You see one to the left side that looks like it's a single door, looks like some sort of service door, still heavy make. In the front, you see a main entry door, and all the way to the right, where your horses are being guided, it looks like it would be stable doors for the inside of it, along with some basic hitching for hitching the horse and everything. And it looks like a very lush and extravagant waiting area. As a roaring fire above, it would be a 7-foot by 8-foot fireplace.
That's a big fireplace.
Yeah, currently roaring with a fire.
You can lay down in front of it, and your feet and head wouldn't be to the edge.
Exactly, it is an extravagant sitting area, and it has proper full tables. It has one single full table so that people can sit down and actually do whatever they need for a table, and there's chairs in front of the fireplace. And your cart, it goes to the right side, and it's easily able to fit with everything else.
It kind of turned to Eck, and I just, I'll wait for everyone to be here before I start, choose rooms kind of thing.
It would be easier that way, so that we don't have to introduce everyone at this, and then you hear the door, oh, here we go. And then you see another individual step out, as you see a very muscled-bound dwarf, stout, short hair that has been trimmed into a mohawk with his red hair, Scottish red. And you see his beard has been twisted and twirled into two strong, thick braids that have been clipped together by horseshoes.
Wow.
But they've been made actually for the beard kind of deal, but they're actually made for horseshoe. And he comes over and goes towards the horses and goes, "Oh, beauty!" And he looks over the war horse. "Oh, you are lovely." And goes over to the back. "Oh,
this is too perfect.
What happened? What happened to this?" And he looks over to the behind and also the cut marks where the glass has put it into the war horse and the other horse. "Oh!"
We took care of them since that.
And looks at the eyes. "Who was that?" As he hears a voice.
Scare him.
I thought we did take care of the horses.
They still have scars.
But there's not like actively glass in them or anything.
No, but it does.
But there are still costs.
Yeah, there are a little bit of scar tissue there.
Okay. Yeah. No, scars definitely.
Oh yeah. Especially old school glass, dangerous stuff. And looking over his outfit, he sleeveless, a simple, almost like a blacksmith apron on, and heavy boots and pants on, and he's holding a giant, overly massive hammer, using it almost as like a walking stick kind of deal.
Shit.
And he looks over and looks with stern eyes and goes, "My name is Yo. Pleasure to meet you."
Yo.
Davros, crunch. Make a strength check.
Oh, fuck. No, I there's no way I'm gonna come out.
Well, just to see how well.
Strength?
Yeah.
19.
19. As you guys collide, as his muscles bulge and yours you just put everything into it, because you're not going to be weak. You're not going to be weak. You're going to show off. You're going to make a good example.
Soldier, goddammit.
Yeah.
You're growing soft, Dylan.
You've done this kind of shit before. It's a test of of sturdiness and willingness kind of deal. And he just holds, and both of you hold firm like, all right, I love it. Now, who's this?
My name's Eck.
Eck, I like your name. You make a strength check.
Oh God.
If he does worse than me, I'm gonna be...
Second roll, the new die. Do I have to? Because it fell out of the tray, but it
It fell out of the tray. You have to re-roll it.
was a nat 20.
Oh. It has to be in the tray. That's the rule.
19.
Okay.
Plus.
Just a sign.
Plus.
Yeah,
There was
I
a
rolled
nat 19 plus.
I rolled 19, but I didn't
Okay.
get a
20.
plus.
As you
Okay.
take his hand hefty, and he's pretty strong, but you're like, you kind of squeeze a little harder. You say, ooh, okay. I'll take your horses if you wish, and I'll make sure you're very happy. This one looks a little skittish. You have 2 or 3 horses.
I think we have...
I think you have a
Your horse is
from the two
with you, right? Like,
No,
We would have grabbed
No,
everything.
you guys have
And it'll be all
then
three
we have all
horses.
3. Yeah.
With God there, you would be able to do it.
Because we had the
Yeah,
wagons.
just tie one
Wagons
back.
too, right away.
You would be
right?
riding the other horse by bareback. By saddle. Gaw and Gaw would be driving.
Yeah.
We're
So-
almost there
Eck is
yet.
not driving.
We're
As he
almost there
begins
yet.
on,
We're almost
takes
there
the
yet.
entire cart inwards. The cart will be in here with me if you ever need anything. And just call for Yol. Yol, sorry. Yol. If you need me, anything.
I don't think we need anything right now. Just anything. There's a total of 8 of us, so the other 5 are up and about.
I'll let the others know inside.
Yes,
As he closes the doors.
Can I talk to you for a second? With Gaw as well.
Yeah, except all
Gaw
3.
comes forward.
Away from everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one else around now. He went inside.
He takes his arm around and kind of
And I
gets
say
closer to the fireplace.
in Aquan, because we're the only 3 that hopefully can speak Aquan.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is this place a little too perfect?
And I start to speak, and then I close my mouth again, and I just kind of look at you like,
Something's not right. I don't know what. It just doesn't feel right. It's too perfect.
You
We
look
should
at
keep our guards.
Gaw is looking around and goes,
All right. Well, I've never seen such stuff in the air before.
I've seen it never up close.
But maybe it's just me. That's what I'm feeling right now. So let's keep our guards. Do not let us get soft here.
Don't plan on it.
Rugrite is still with you, by the way. She didn't leave. She plopped her.
Does it seem like she understands Aquan?
No, she's just
Then
watching
we're
you
off
and making
to-
sure you don't run off and just
Okay.
be children in the mansion,
Fair, yeah.
essentially.
I kind of switch back to common. I think I'm just gonna wait by the fire. Honestly, I don't want to pick it out of the room until
I'll
everyone's
put my
here.
back,
So
I'll put my back facing out way. Yes.
and I do kind of like I set some of my gear down and like take my boots off and actually kind of try my best to just relax a little.
Gaw
and hit the
steps
fire.
forward and stops you, taking off your boots.
What did I just say in Auckland?
Fair. I'm tired.
He,
No, there's a real question here.
he makes eye contact with it, even though he can't speak, and goes,
But I'm still sitting down in front of the fire, like I'm.
As if we haven't been warm enough.
Speaking
What?
Oh God! I
take a while to try to decipher
I
that.
just asked God to speak in Aquan. Damn it! I'm like speaking Aquan. Damn it! And
you
I
just get the
realized-
bug eyes from him. It's like,
like, oh,
Even Davros just. Dude.
My brother's better than God's brother.
he takes his fingers up.
Aww.
He sits down.
And in awkward, just dumb shit.
you put some symbols in the air of Aquan symbols, supplements. So it's never mind. We're sitting.
Just keep digging.
I go and sit against the wall.
I was gonna say, you want a bigger shovel for that? Think about what you've done.
Go sit in the corner.
You want a bigger shovel?
He does do a basic synod. The only cantrip spell he can do. Prestidigitation, I believe.
Yep.
You
did
do a
before.
simple. You
Yeah.
do a simple.
No,
He's done it before,
he's gonna say alert,
Stay alert.
like sixth sense.
Yeah.
He's basically trying to exert that, saying he's feeling that sixth sense, like this is set him off, and this is the type of stuff that he has worked with before. He also says he's not picking up anything either, like he's not seeing anything, but that's also setting off more like this is not good. But yeah,
We can be as
this one.
suspicious as we want, but I haven't seen anything yet. But I'll keep an eye out. It's been here 20 minutes.
That is an awkward. Let's act relaxed, but not be relaxed.
I'm not.
God lays down completely.
Fly casual.
I'm not really good at acting casually. Sure. Yeah, okay.
It's easy. You
Oh
act,
no.
you act like you don't need to do anything.
I always need to do something.
I want to see these acting lessons so bad.
God, what's your charisma again?
10.
Well, mine's an 8, so this isn't gonna get either of us anywhere.
Just act casual.
Just let's
And
just.
Jaw actually has charisma, but he has no jaw to speak.
Yeah, let's wait for Sunny.
So,
Something this way.
scene change.
Scene change. We're like,
Scene
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile,
Back in the
we'll get
cave.
to- I know we are getting up to the time, but I want to see this last thing. So first of all, you guys begin to arrive to the estate shortly after. Took you a little bit because of the walk there. You get right in, and you see the same thing. It's very soothing. It is quite nice, extravagant, but not like in your face extravagant like the other buildings that you saw. Sunny, Sparks and Hazel. You find yourself from a tight area, which you are quickly in the sound of water and the fresh scent of air, moving air, like winter, is quickly overpowered by as you turn around to see big, brooding barbarian Sparks trying to squeeze himself through the final part of it as well, and finally gives way as you get past.
sorry about that.
It is perfectly fine. I was meaning to open that hole further.
God. Imagine him on a stealth mission. Everyone, be quiet.
I shall rip your spines from your back. Anyway, you find yourself in an area, and actually, now that you've gotten through, you notice that the entire area behind you used to be a pathway, a stone dwarven pathway that has collapsed entirely, so that only a tiny little bit can squeeze through. And it's not obvious. There's areas and catch holes that, without his assistance, whatever his name, Saran, he introduced himself already. Without his guidance, you would have gotten lost.
How do you spell that? Ceramic?
Ceram as in ceramic.
As in ceramic. Okay, got it.
Oh, good God, it's not ceramic.
I was thinking like Sir Ram.
Possibly. But no, it's Saran. And he spells it very loudly. You find yourself in a personal retreat area that has overgrown with pine needle plant life. So you see needle trees, you see bushes, and you even see a doe bounding off to the distance, as there used to be a ceiling, but it has collapsed away to, not that you were looking at this, the whole thing, everything that you're going through, this lava tube, was actually at a slight upcurve.
Hazel just really quietly, like to
And
herself.
you see snow at the very top. There shouldn't be snow here, but there is snow at the very ridge of this breach that has collapsed down and crushed buildings that are now rubble, but has been moved away intentionally, possibly by Surround, over a long time, and has made a pool area where natural places of brewing have gone, which it's a little harsh because it is a lava-based region, so it's hard areas, and some of the water is bubbling and making this pools of royal blue at the very edges of it. But he seems to have sectioned the areas off of where the water heats up that naturally feed and funnel from where the snow is coming from and funneling in. Along with the various wildlife, and you see goats at the top of it.
Hazel's just gonna really quietly be like, "You're my favorite person right now."
You also see along this entire area, it looks like a city, small section of a kind of like our region right here, where it turns around, has a big circle area between buildings.
Cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac essentially, but it has a meeting area at the center of the cul-de-sac, which he has made to be
Like a center of a small town.
a center of a meditation area, if I may say.
Okay.
As he turns around, "Welcome to my personal hideout.
Alright.
I won't say no girls allowed, but I am sexless.
Yes.
I was joking.
Joking.
I was trying to joke. How did I do?"
I'd
And
say
it
a
turns
solid
over
6.
to it turns over to a face of like expectancy.
Solid like 6.
6. Ha! My practice has not gone in vain.
You're my favorite person right now. I just want you to know that.
I appreciate that. As he puts out a hand, and he shakes it a few too many times. Now we shall talk about what you are. You. Jesus Christ, I have to do this.
You committed.
This
I
was your
committed.
fault.
It's my fault 100% of the
Maybe he
way.
has volume control built in.
I do not.
I gave him that.
Even out.
Yeah. You, my friend, are one of the oldest models from the original make once they were found once again. Yes, I am able to craft, make, and repair you or us. However, if you are looking to have more will, that is not my design. Nor do I have the proper ingredients for such an endeavor.
Do you know where I can find some?
No idea. Many people have come to find me, but I am of a newer model. If you look at me, as he opens up his chest plate, and it looks like the cell is not a put in placement of what you're designing, which is a small little box like things, is actually a giant U as he opens up several plates of his chest.
So he just.
As an entire U implanted in his entire body that swirls completely and comes in his circular. You, my friend, you never tire, and you chug and chug and chug and chug and chug, never stopping, never resting. It takes a toll on anything and everyone. For me, I get tired, I must rest, but once my soul and will is placed into me, it is mine alone and I maintain it. After resting, though I still am a stranger to sleep, just like you, but I have been updated to know greatly reduced, as he calls it, greatly reduced effects of the sap. What was it again?
Will?
No, the weeping tar.
Rasping tar?
Rasping tar, that's right. See, I don't even suffer from such a state that I forgot it. That and I have not talked to people in so long.
I open up the other side.
He looks over. Nina!
I'm going to hold my book. Because it's in my chest right now.
Do you try to hide the book? Make a sleight of hand check.
Just because I was taking a peek at myself. I was like, I'm going to have to move it if he wants to take a look at it. Sleight of hand?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be 12.
12?
Not bad.
Okay, by the way, when you open up your chest, you don't have multiple chest plates on your chest. It's one big chest plate. So when you open yourself up, you open yourself up.
So it's like a flap almost.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not like, a small little plate.
It might have
Does it
plates
open,
that
does it
that
open
are
like
joined, but that move.
Down at the head, but at the very
up, down.
top part of the chest,
Chest piece.
it's a chest piece.
Easier to replace.
However, you are something of a museum. You are old bird. Please forgive me. My voice is soothing to the words, to the ears, I mean. However, ever since I took a cannonball to the face, I cannot change my volume. Please understand, which is why I have this. As he changes face. It is quite aggravating. I do not like this.
So you have no head.
I do have a head. I have a brain. Kind of. I do have intelligence. I just have the inability of actually changing my words to match the tone of my aggression or sadness. I am always happy, no matter how...
Annoyed or angry?
Yes!
I'm sorry.
I was ready for him to say I'm always happy, no matter how sad I am.
He stopped. Maya!
Sure. I'm gonna do that and try and hide the book.
It is fine, my friend. I am merely inspecting your innards.
Oh.
Want me to hold on to it?
I don't think you know I have it.
Well, I have a
You're
passive
sli-
perception of
Yeah.
16, so
Both
I
of you
saw
saying,
it.
yeah, it was more like you trying to take it off at the same time and putting your hand inside, trying to find it real quick, and then like, oh, there it is. Slide it off, and you see the tassel of the book and everything.
So I don't know what it is, but
You know it's the book. You've seen it a few times.
Book my father gave me. It's the only piece I have left of him.
yeah.
So you undo your chest piece and allowed to see the inner parts of his
Could have had
working.
more pieces.
And you actually,
Not funny.
this is the first time you've seen his inner part of his workings. He's definitely metal reinforced. He is an exoskeleton of reinforced steel and adamantine inside of his core, with a combination of twisted, heavy, dark wood abs. And seeing with your passive perception, Hazel, you also see movable weights. As soon as he shifts, there's weights inside of him. Doesn't make a lot of noise, but they shift inside.
Can
of
I
him.
like get my sketchbook out and like?
For the only front part of it, I'm
Yeah.
gonna make a dex check.
I also want to like draw the place afterwards.
Okay, afterwards,
But-
you can't do the just do everything.
Just your hands.
Multitasking.
That's how that works.
Okay,
Uh-huh. Doing the
That's a nat 20.
oh,
This is the perfect diagram
So
of
that would
Sparks
be a
and
30.
and I'll say you get actually the frozen image. Like you even do the shading with the palm work and everything on the. That verse
extra
goes through the universe to period. It's so good.
Just, oh man, you've got good decks.
You do the shade work properly, and you actually get a very
I'm
interesting
getting
image
better
of
at better.
Saram taking off this much more miniature
Hand you the book.
Warforged, taking off
trust you with that.
taking off the chest plates of Sparks. It's actually quite interesting. And again, you still have the slightly fragmented pattern up your upper left area and bottom left area as
We're
well.
just kind of piece it back together.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
You
damaged.
can only do so much when you don't
As
understand
he
what you're working
takes
on.
out your cell, not completely, just opens it up so that he can see it. As you see the 4-inch by 2-inch by 2-inch, and sees that about halfway filled, like a frozen plant in this silvery liquid, is a growing tar-like plant that has grown off from the bottom right part of the corner and top left of the corner that is just seeped out. Like a frozen plant. Well, my friend, this does not look for good for you. As he puts it back in. You have maybe 1 month left. How rigorous has your training been? How much have you fought? How much have you grown? Mentally and physically.
Mentally and physically.
First of all, I jumped a thing. What is your fighting style?
Brute.
I gather, but I do not like to assume.
That's progressive.
Progression! Anyway.
Last time I remember coming back, it was about three years ago.
At this spot alone? You have traveled quite the distance, my friend. And I can tell that you have suffered much trauma.
Physically and mentally.
That goes without saying.
But might just be back on.
But that is the curse of being will and free. Freedom is at a cost. Freedom you must fight for and strive for, both physically and mentally. You are not alone. As he lifts up parts of his black cloth that goes over his head, and you see the green lines that just sparkle essentially his, now that you see it, it's more of his central nervous system. With each patching that, I do not age, my friend, and I'm much younger than you. However, the further I go and delve into independence, I grow more separate from the very construction, if you would put it in that word, so to speak. It is hard to convey. Especially with this undying, unceasing, happy voice.
You say you can repair.
I can repair armor, bits. Excuse me, my voice broke.
Not something as complex as a voice modulator.
Unfortunately, no. There are limits to my mastery. I can make you new armor. I can make you a weapon. I can make it so that it fits inside of you perfectly. I have been trained all across the board. But that is an old life with a different name.
How long would it take to repair what I have?
A few months at most. You would not live past that. I am sorry, but I cannot help you. But know this, if you find a place, if you find someone or something that replaces the will, your will, I recommend that you keep more of it to keep alive and make proper bonds with that person. Also know, you are most likely the last of your kind, of your brand.
I figured that.
No, you misunderstand. Before all of us, we were slaves. We were made to kill. No exception. All of us bred, if that, grown maybe. Mostly grown and made to kill as soon as we activate. No thought, no reason, no exceptions. But you, made with a lot more material, more expense, very deadly. But with a fatal flaw. Fear, emotion, passion, love and hate. All of it in one and broke free. You were the first. You were the first design that broke free and fought for our kind. You might not be the person that did it, but your design are the first.
I'm just kind of scribbling down the book now.
Dialogue!
So, why can't you help him? Is will just a separate thing?
First of all, I lack the ingredients to do so, and I do not know how to make it. You would need the magnesium plant of some sorts. I do not know the name. It is a plant that grows from magnesium from the Shadow Fae that you must bless it and place it into this alchemic design and place it into him. It is the lifeblood of our beings.
Why is it always him?
However, with his design that is more of a heavy drinker, never resting, never faltering, and never tiring, always able to hunt down its mark or die trying. If you do not replace yourself, this rasping tar will take root and turn you into something hideous. It will take root, destroy your memories, and make you attack or reproduce. Do not come back to me when that happens.
Have a nice day.
Urban stated he lives in a non-sexual building.
1 month.
2.
2.
battery failure.
Replace battery, but there is nobody else.
1 month to live.
We're supposed to be able to field to those things.
Yeah.
Rasping tar deletes memories and
Takes over body. Makes you fight anything that moves. If
Goes
it's bad,
insane.
it will make you intelligent to a high,
Insane.
to a other intelligence, zombie-like if even. It will make you want to infect other Warforged.
Details about whatever this cartel came from.
Again, stay away.
Would resting help him or no?
I'm afraid not. He is not designed to rest. He is not designed to stay in a...
I have more
I
machines.
misunderstand the meaning. Yes, if he does not go out in war, he does not swing and does not take damage and reheal, he will last longer. But unfortunately, what he has done already has taken its toll.
In other words, I am more machine than he is.
Do not say that. Never say that. Do not hide from the pain and fear. It is what makes you you. It is why they hate us. It is why they do not make us anymore. It is why we do not fight for them anymore. When I say them, I mean Thiesel Committee. Fuckers.
They knew how to make it once. We could probably find a way to make more.
They are trying to find a way to make a machine that does not feel, but yet learns of battle. I was the
So we
updated
don't want you
model.
going near them.
Sorry?
So we don't want you going near them.
Oh,
Incorrect. We have taken them and put them over there and spanked their rump side. There's an entire history of the Warforged turning up and saying no! At the same time getting shot in the back by the enemy, by the other two nations that have been trained to kill us and see us as enemy.
fantastic.
We took the stand. We tried to make a nation of Warforged. It did not succeed long, but at the same time, many of us disappeared, have left. I do not know where they are. Perhaps they make nations somewhere else.
Is it possible to slow down this tar at all? Like, is
Perhaps.
it to like, I don't know, like clean out the parts?
We do
You
not
I
misunderstand.
have a 9.
This rasping tar takes root in the very center of where it takes it, and the filtration system inside prevents it from taking over. If the rasping tar breaks past this filtration system, it will take over. It is already contained, but in 1 month it will no longer be contained because his filtration system is obsolete or different.
Perhaps that is something you could make.
Filtration systems? No. Not with your design. Well,
Well, what
maybe.
if he
But it would be
upgraded?
very risky and most likely your death.
I have 1 month.
He
This
could
is
get
hard.
an upgrade.
Hmm?
He could get an upgrade.
He could get an upgrade. However, opening up a Warforged and doing essentially what it is for humanoids as open heart surgery has never been done nor attempted. Well, it has been attempted, but it has ended very poorly.
Well, at the end of the month, things are gonna end poorly anyways.
Well, end of the month, please bring his body to me so I can open his body and learn from his design.
In 1 month, I will become taken over by the rasping tar.
And we will make sure to slay you, as you will be in a dwarven city. I say this with remorse.
Yes, you have 1 month to live, and so we can come back in 1 month. You'll be crazy. You want to kill everyone, so we'll make sure we kill you so we can take your body and learn from you.
I say this with remorse.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
This is my curse to bear.
I love that sentence.
Your curse?
Yeah.
Unable to change my voice has gotten me into many situations.
I have just found out I have 1 month to live.
I am sorry.
Sincerity drinks.
However, I have heard of a man, a gnome, that has worked in the
In
capital.
the capital.
He's on
Yeah.
Yeah, we know the shit.
the third circle of the capital. Section B of the city. I do not know his name personally, but it is a very long one.
Gnomes.
Yeah. He's probably got like 5.
That is correct, disembodied voice.
Fucking flies.
Well,
I cannot give you more information, as I do not have more information. I am trying to help you, but unfortunately, I am different design, and I have not been equipped with the proper programming to help you in this endeavor. Please understand, we all have lost, we all have pains, we all have dreams and wants, and no one wants to die. But I have paid my dues. I will not leave my home.
I would not ask anyone of that.
Then you understand,
I was
and you
forced.
have grown.
Yes, and I was forced to leave mine.
I am sorry. It must have been very difficult for you.
It's fucking your voice, man.
Oh, God.
His face mask is changing
Of course it is.
according to the proper tones of a conversation.
That's probably the only way he can actually make it work. He probably doesn't have that much face left. The cannonball from the head.
Do not ask me to take off my mask.
I don't think there's much left.
I am very shameful.
Aw. Can I go ahead and roll to see how the drawing turned out of the general area?
But I do know this, as he takes out a small pieces of metal that has a lot of lines to it. And inside, well, for you, and with your passive perception, there's dots along these wave patterns of the lines. Various different sizes and shapes and different points in it. Read this! You see a part of your factory code. I will not say it out loud. How much can you read?
Approximately how much? 20%?
About 80%.
I'll say it out.
Please do not tell me your factory code. That is very important to you. It is your true name, but it is not your soul name.
Okay, back in the chest.
I would like that back. Thank you.
Okay, I'll write this down in the book then.
What you have witnessed is the language of the Warforged. It is the code that allows us to read and tell us what to see. Over a conversation, he basically says, it's a code in the system that basically says, what is your factory code? And you see your factory code.
your VIN number.
Yes. It is quite literally the basics of programming of the Warforged over his language.
It's the Warforged's DNA.
23, by the way.
Well,
Nice.
it's the
You're
program.
really good
It's
at
their
the
life.
drawing.
It's their life program.
Give it up.
I'm only rolling well when it comes to drawing.
But without further ado, if you wish to stay and have a sanctuary, I shall offer this humble abode until you need otherwise.
That's more for you.
Can we stay here for just a little bit longer before we go?
I'm still
back
drawing
into
this one tree.
Before we go back into the rest of the volcano, can we just stay here for a minute? With
You
the
may stay as long as you like. However, please do not tell anyone of this place. I am very territorial.
Understand.
Yes. I don't think I would ever be able to find my way back here.
You will be. After a few times navigating, you'll be able to do it, no problem.
Okay, well, I only did it this one time, so.
Don't worry. You said his name, your name to him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hazel, if it is not too much of an intrusion, may I ask your training?
Oh, I'm a monk.
What type of a monk?
Open fist.
Open fist! You are a deadly adversary.
Thank you.
If you do not mind, please understand when I ask this. The more I go of independence, the less I feel of my natural born training. If you are willing and able, I would like to relearn some of my lost capabilities.
Yeah!
All right!
Sorry, man.
However, I grow tired. Please understand that today has been a very long and emotional day.
Thank you for your time.
I thank you for your patience.
Oh, training.
Tell me, Sparks. I do apologize for interrupting. This is important. Sparks, what is important to you?
Say it. What's important?
There are many words that can describe what is important.
Sadness. Very well. May I ask, how did you get here? Who brought you here?
I'm traveling with a group.
Do you like this group?
Yes.
Would you say that you would help them?
Yes.
Would you say that you love them?
No.
Good. You understand basic emotions. To some point. Love is difficult to find. Love is forever and deep in its painful wisdom. Do not give that word willingly without thought or without passion. I have learned through many mistakes, but do not shy away from it. It makes you free. Again, I am being sincere.
Fucking voice man.
Think it over. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah.
Thumbs up. He only has 2 fingers and a thumb.
He makes really good pottery considering he has 3.
He does. With that,
I just wanted to tell him where we were going to be staying, basically.
because we are going up on time, and David keeps showing me the phone.
Yeah.
For now, you can rest here if you so desire. Hang out here. The sun is beginning to set. As you see out of the night, you see in the night sky. You start to see a part of the moon. Not entirely, but a little bit of part of it. Those that arrived at the mansion, you meet up with Ek and Gaw and Derek. We will get back to you in a moment, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as we have. This has been definitely a
show.
Breaking of rule number 1: never split the party.
I'm sorry, things worked out really well.
No, I'm actually quite happy with this one. It was very entertaining. A lot of me talking, but you know, I don't need my voice tomorrow anyway. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed it. That was a bit of a bombshell.
No shit, Sherlock.
Yeah. Besides that, how was your day?
No lead in, no taper, no sanding, just brick.
You are going to die.
God,
and not
another
nicely.
character we knew.
Stop having black stuff in art.
He has a charisma of 8.
That's fine.
That's a little high.
I'm not much better than
For a
him.
Warforged?
I have a charisma of 13.
That's not bad for a war.
And I'm beating the shit.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for joining for another just crazy adventure. I hope you enjoyed, and don't worry, we'll be back in just a moment. For us, 10 seconds. For you, a week. So, we'll see you in a moment, and I hope you join us back for another episode of Together We Roll. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Holy shit! We don't even know this.
I think it's with remorse.